morning, everybody. Where do we begin? Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Hope. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I'm delighted to be here.
I've been better.
Yeah, me too.
I love that we're traitors.
Yeah.
We're being called traitors, right?
I did get a laugh. Was it you that sent me the text, or someone said that you said the Benedict and Arnold show?
Oh, yeah,
that's what we call it.
Yeah, that's the new name of the show. Benedict and Arnold in the morning. This is extremely strange, to say the least. There's no Anthony. Anthony's seat is empty. You should sit there.
I can't do it.
Everyone wants you to sit there.
No, but I want it to be really obnoxious and write Jim on paper and cover all the Anthonys in here. Just so when people came in and filmed, like, what a dick already.
Well, they're ripping down the wall, too.
Are they really?
Yeah, they've changed the name of the channel. They're ripping down the walls. They're pretty much, changing everything. And they want us to go along with that.
What are they calling the channel now? What is the temporary name?
I don't know.
They gave it, I remember it was a good name. It really sparkled. I like the name that they went with.
SXM or SMX or what?
Like Sirius SM Talk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It really has a nice pizzazz to it.
I think they want us to save the channel, but they got rid of Tim Sabian. They got rid of Anthony. They changed the name of the channel. They got rid of all the archives and then said, go have at it, boys.
Yeah.
We're in a horrendous spot.
Yeah.
We're in a horrible spot. We're in a shitty position.
Here's what it's like. We were having a threesome.
Right.
And the chick just got up to vomit in the bathroom, so Opie and I are just kind of in bed.
Yeah.
Not too sure what to do.
Yeah.
We both still have hard-ons.
Yeah.
Not going to take care of each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now what?
I mean, we could start with this. We have no choice. We have to be here. We're under contract. We're not excited to be here at this moment in time. Maybe this develops into something new and exciting. Who the F knows? I don't know. But, wow. Oh, I should mention we're on YouTube right now. We're trying some live event thing on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. Nice cheap plug.
Yeah, I can't stop looking at the camera. I don't know how to operate when there's cameras in here.
Yeah.
I panic.
Do you really?
Try to get FaceTime. I just keep looking. Yeah, I mean, people, look, I understand people are fiercely...
Well, look, fuck the channel, fuck the name, fuck you guys. Thank you.
Those are just things I've said.
Right.
People are very loyal to Anthony, and it's like...
We're loyal to Anthony as well.
To Anthony. This is not a disloyal thing. We are under contract, and you can't just not show up for work.
Well, speaking of which, because people are always wondering, Anthony wrote me and Jimmy this morning the exact text from Anthony to me. This will shine light on things, hopefully. I know you guys are in a strange position, but good luck tomorrow. I totally understand what you guys have to do, and it's cool. Let me know how things go. Keep in touch, yo. So there you go.
That was nicer than the one I got.
Oh, what was yours?
Have fun in a few hours, you traitor fuck. Signed A to the C.
I guess we could start from the beginning, now that we're settling in a little bit. Our last show was just before the big 4th of July weekend. It was on a Tuesday, I believe, right? And we ended our show early because we had an actual meeting with Scott Greenstein down the hall. And the meeting was another shitty meeting, to be completely honest with you. I told Scott and the company, if you want me and Jimmy to come back, we got to be honest. If you're going to gag us and give us some kind of gag order, there's no effing way we're going back on the radio. Okay. So we had a meeting with Scott, and it was just another kind of shitty meeting. A lot of excuses why this can't be done and that can't be done and why we're not doing this and why we're not doing that. And we all left that, office kind of bummed out, and we were just kind of mingling around outside the building, just kind of talking and going, God, man, what is it going to take to, get these guys on board with us in the radio show, right?
Right. You mean this is before we went on vacation?
Yeah, yeah.
Know. Okay.
It was right after our last show. Which, by the way, if E-Rock could pull the audio, Jimmy was the last person to talk, I believe, and he said, "This is our last live show," and something in my gut just sank. There was something about how you said that, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I don't remember saying that, but yeah, you said I had said that, and I don't remember it.
But I remember thinking to myself, was that our last live show? Because we always wondered, because we've been doing this radio show for a long time. We always knew that it would just blow up someday. We weren't going to have the nice, easy out. We all knew that. We all felt that. We just didn't know how it was going to happen. So Tuesday, we did our last live show. We had kind of a shitty meeting with Scott down the hall, kind of depressed, kind of bummed out, like, fuck, man, now what, you know? And we all kind of went our separate ways. And then, of course, you know, Anthony had that incident in Times Square that we all know about at this point. And
yes, we're the fake deaf interpreter from Nelson Mandela's funeral, and he had a run-in.
Right.
An unattractive lady.
Basically, he got beat up by a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, the jokes, that's what drives me nuts. If we would have made it on the air after that incident, he would have got a nice beating.
It would have been something comedians lined up for 3 years.
Absolutely. What did Keith Robinson tell you? Because we've been talking a lot ever since this all went down.
Just the teasing that we could have. He's like, oh, just the teasing.
Didn't he say something about it's his Reginald Denny moment or something?
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. That's funny though.
The Ruth Buzzy line?
I know.
You don't remember?
No. I honestly don't.
Huh. Maybe it was someone else that told me.
Probably someone else, because that sounds familiar.
Maybe it was Bill Burr.
You talked to Bobby or Bill?
I did talk to Bill Burr. It might have been Bill Burr. Okay. Oh, I thought they told you, too, that basically, you know, it was his Ruth Buzzy moment that he got beat up by Ruth Buzzy. But anyway, so Anthony had that incident in Times Square, and then he goes home, and on Twitter, he went nuts. And we've all seen that before, whether it's on the air or on his Twitter. But I got to be honest. When I woke up Wednesday, did it happen Tuesday night? I'm trying to get on my
Tuesday night, yeah.
It was right. So Wednesday morning, I wake up really early, around 5:36 in the morning every weekend, and I always check, your Twitter. I check Ann's Twitter and all my friends. And I read Ann's tweets, and I said to myself, I swear to you, I said, oh my God, we're fired. That needs to be said. There was just something different about it. I'm like, oh my God, we're fired. Because I think it was just the amount of tweets that he did. And they were harsh. I mean, they absolutely were harsh. And I understand why, because he was really mad at what happened. But I just knew in my gut, I'm like, this is not going to go well. Even though we, work for a company, as much as we bitch, they give us a lot of freedom on the radio. They've never really told us not to do anything. It's all the behind the scenes stuff that drives us nuts. But we've had a lot of freedom as far as our radio show goes. But just the culture we live in, I'm like, this is not good, man. This doesn't feel right. I said to myself, we're fired. We're so fired. What were you thinking when you? Well,
I got a text from my ex-girlfriend, from we're still friends, and she just sent me. She's like, what happened with Anthony? And so, like, whenever you hear that, you're like, oh fuck,
right?
And she's like, did he get beat up by a woman or hit by a woman?
Right.
And then I went and saw the tweets, and it's like, again, I'm not surprised in the morning when I see that somebody has tweeted late at night. But there was one or two that I was like, oh man, like, oof.
Right.
And I actually texted Ann about something to see, I was like, are you okay, first of all? Like,
right.
Because I couldn't tell if he'd gotten fucked up or not.
Right, of course.
And then I got really nervous once it hit, like, the first blog or whatever. I was like, ugh, and that's not good.
And then I sat there. I saw it hit the first blog, and then I saw it just grow. And we've been there before. I'm like, oh, man, because you just know when it just goes viral in that way, companies get really panicky.
Because they're not used to getting phone calls from newspapers asking questions like this. Like, they're not, like, they're regular. They come to work. They're not used to, like, Page Six calling them or something going, can you comment on this? They're like, on what? Like they're not, that's not what they're used to doing.
Sure. But I want to make it perfectly clear. Ant was pissed off, and when you're pissed off, which we've said many times in this radio show, you say horrible, awful things. But with that said, I just knew it was different when I woke up and read those. I'm like, man, I don't know if SiriusXM is gonna deal with this in the right way, in my opinion, which is to just kind of ride it out and see what happens.
And he said harsh things, but he didn't do harsh things. Like, it was really the thing that I would, and this is where the press, I was annoyed at the press because if they go with the angle that you always know they're going to go with, maybe it's just what they do for a living and it's how they make their money. But the fact was that he didn't, like if I had a pistol and that happened, I would have pulled it in sheer panic. And he didn't.
Right.
And, he didn't hit the woman back.
Right.
Which I don't know if I would have hit her back because I would have been might have been afraid of getting the shit kicked out of me or getting cut with a box cutter.
Of course.
But I would have reacted I probably would have reacted differently on Twitter, but I would have reacted much worse in the situation.
Right.
I would have done something really, truly, like imagine if he had punched that woman in the face or done something harsh physically to her. That's what the story would have been, and he would have been in trouble for that. It was like... I wish that the press had concentrated more on the fact that, like, all right, yeah, he said some shit that I'm sure if he could go back, he'd go, okay, I want to reword that.
Right.
Or rephrase. Even if you wanted to say what he wanted to say, sometimes you go back, you rephrase. But I wish they would have concentrated on the fact that he did not do anything fucking violent while he was being struck.
Of course.
To me, that's an important part of the story.
Oh, absolutely. So then, like you, I texted him as well to make sure he was all right. It seemed like, there was no real injuries or anything. But he talked about his eye was a little messed up.
Yeah, he sent me a photo of it, the fact that he had gotten clocked in the face a couple times, and you could definitely see something had happened to him.
So then the thing started growing, and I'm just like sitting there, just hoping. But I just knew in my gut because we've seen this, unfortunately. I just knew, and then then I got the word from our agent, who I haven't talked to in months.
Yeah,
that they fired Anthony. I'm like, what? Meaning, why didn't they fire all of us? Because our contracts are connected.
Yeah,
in that way. So they could have fired the whole show. I'm like, wow, that puts us in a fucking extremely strange position. So then obviously I got on the phone with Anthony and we talked, and the conversation was very lethargic, to be honest with you. It was just like, fuck. It was almost like, we both were just exhausted by the trip we've been through in the last, 10 years on satellite radio. And it was like, well, let's just see what happens. We've been through this before. Let's see what happens. But once again, if I'm going to be honest, there was something about that phone call, like, man, this just seems different all around. You know what I mean? Just seems different for whatever reason, I mean, people could say whatever the fuck they want, but the fact is me and Ant have been getting along very well lately, and the radio show was on a tear, leading up to the incident. So then we kind of hung up and just both just sat there trying to figure shit out. And then I got the call from the company saying, we're continuing with you and Jimmy. And I'm like, well, how the hell is that going to work? How is that going to work? It needs to be said that we're under contract, and people are like, just walk out. Just tell them to fuck themselves. But I don't think people understand fully, what being under contract means and what breach of contract means.
Yeah, and the nature of this, and it's like I gave the fans who were tweeting even really harsh shit at Opie and me, and a lot of you guys tweeted some brutal, fuck it. I understood it.
Yeah, I understand where the energy's coming from, but
I blocked 20 people total in 2 weeks, which is not a lot.
Right.
It's like, that's usually a daily block for me.
Right.
But it's like I understood people were very frustrated, and they just wanted something. They wanted us to come out and say something that would just make it okay and concrete. And the reality was, it was a holiday weekend. I didn't know we were actually going to make it back on the air.
Right.
And you guys have to understand something too. Like, it's hard when all of a sudden you think, like, okay, am I just going to lose? Like, I have a 25% of a year's salary coming. Like, is that just gone now? Do I have to just all of a sudden go back on the road on dates that I didn't realize I was going to have to fill? Like, I'm panicking because of myself too. You guys have to understand we have our own financial worries.
Of course.
I mean, I do well in life, but I don't have, I can just step away money and not,
And I do way better than Jim Norton.
Yes, he does.
Financially.
Yes, and in the cock department. 2 for 2, this kid.
I'm trying to get everything out, so I did forget something, which is really important, by the way. So when they told me that Anthony was fired, people have been wondering this for a while. I was pretty quiet on Twitter and all that. I absolutely do not believe that Anthony should have been fired, okay? And the company probably is going to get really mad at that after this radio show. But I do not believe that he should have been fired. As harsh as the tweets were, as much as I had that gut feeling this was going to go down, I just do not agree with them whatsoever. They should have wrote it out. They absolutely should have wrote it out. And if we could have got back on the radio, me, Anthony, and Jimmy, we would have figured our way out of this one easily because the jokes would have been there.
Yeah.
The problem is with all those tweets that Anthony did, there were no jokes in there, and I understand why. He was really, really mad. In the past, when we went down some of these brutal roads, whether it was racial material or just really edgy material, the jokes were always there, and that's what kind of made it all right with everybody, I believe. But to see all those tweets without any jokes, it made it a lot harsher, and I just. It pisses me off that unfortunately it happened before a long holiday weekend, so we didn't have a show the next day. Can you imagine if we came in right after that? We would have skated. We would have got through it. We would have absolutely got through it.
Yeah, we could have talked it out on the air.
Right. Now, the reason Anthony got fired, I don't know if they want me saying this, but it has to be said. It was told to me that they were kind of even okay with the tweets in general. They weren't okay with the fact that there were so many of them, and what got Anthony fired, according to what was told to me, was they were really, really bothered by the fact that there was violence associated with those tweets. That was their line. That was their line, because they even said, they started thinking, well, we could maybe get through this, and maybe we could, throw some PR at the situation, public relations, and. But when the violence was associated with some of those tweets, that was their line. Don't kill the messenger. That's what they told me. Because a lot of people were wondering why. Right. And that was bothersome to them.
And it's really, and look, if I'm running a company, yeah, I see that and I go like, oh, what is this? That would freak me out. But sometimes you got to step back and look at what happened. It was like when the incident happened, he didn't behave violently. Like, to me, that was the most impressive thing. It's almost like, you ever walk away from a potential fight or something, or just an insult battle, and then you're driving home and the whole thing's like, I fucking should have said this, or I fucking should have said...
Right.
And then you're all... It's almost like there's a state of shock when a physical thing happens, even though it's a woman and he probably could have kicked... Doesn't matter. It's still a physical...
Right.
Encounter, and you are in a state of I guess some sort of a shock that has just occurred, and then you just start sounding off after. To me, sounding off after is still a lot better than behaving violently in that moment.
Right.
And they said the same thing to me, that they were
did say
worried.
The same
Yeah,
to you?
they're worried about that, but the reality was he didn't behave violently when he was there.
Right.
So it just stinks.
It's a horrendous situation to be in. We can't just walk away. Breach of contract is a real fucking issue, a real problem, okay? We could be sued for millions, period, without breaking it completely down. They could blame us for subscribers lost. They could blame us for the money that they lost from advertisers. It would be a big fucking problem.
And I talked to Anthony. I saw Anthony once over the break. I went and saw him, and I'm like, we got to go back. He's like, dude, I completely, it wasn't even like he was like, oh, you do? Like, anyone that knows Ant, like, he completely, he's like, of course you have to go back. Like, right. He understands the terms of the deal and what can happen if we don't. It wasn't even a thought for him to go like, you guys got to stop. Like, he knows. Right. He knows exactly that we had to come back. Right. So a lot of the things that we haven't said on Twitter, I've talked to Anthony. I mean, I've been in touch with him probably, I would say, almost every day, either through text or through phone conversations, right, to see how he's doing. And he's not. I mean, the guy hasn't shed a tear since 1995 when his dad died. Ant's not. He's bummed, but Ant's not a fucking easily broken individual. He's not at home going, oh my god, what do I do? He's fucking motivated to do something else.
I think he's bummed, but I think he's also very excited, which we'll get into that in a minute or two. But I'm just trying to make sure I got everything out. I don't want to forget any of this stuff. So...
Oh, he's on Fox right now. We're looking up, and we're looking at Anthony on Fox. It's so weird. It's usually me on my shitty Imus clip that we look up, and now it's Anthony on Fox on Imus is, I guess, going to talk about it. Hopefully so I can get that.
Oh, no, that's from... Oh, yeah, that's from
Red Eye clip, yeah.
All right,
It'd be funny if Imus threw him under the bus. After all the defending Imus that Anthony did, if Imus just was like, all right, he deserved to be fired.
Right.
I can't do Imus.
So then, And the company kind of wanted us to go right back on the radio. I'm like, are you crazy? You know, we need a week to just digest what the hell just happened and try to figure out exactly, you know, what we're going to do and how to handle this, you know. Now we move into the podcasting situation. So when me and Anthony talked, we've talked a few times and we've talked a bunch on text message as well. This needs to be said. We have had no conversations about podcasting after the incident. We've kind of talked about it as maybe an option after this contract ends. There was, I don't even know anymore. There was a lot of interest in, this radio show as the contract was coming to an end. And when we had those conversations after his firing, not one conversation about, hey, let's just move on and podcast together. Okay. With that said, Anthony has set up this whole podcasting thing. But I'm not involved in that. Jimmy's not involved in that. I've had no conversations with that through Anthony or our agent. Okay, and I think it's pretty obvious. And hear me very carefully. I think Anthony wants to go it alone for a little while. I really believe that, and I'm all for it. I think it's going to be a great thing. Because I see these people on Twitter, you know, just beating the shit out of us, going, "Why don't you guys quit and just join Anthony live from the compound?" If you kind of read between the lines of the interviews he's done and, you know, his TV appearance, I know Anthony enough. I pretty much could say this. He wants to do this alone for a little while, and I think he's very excited about it. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, he's setting up his live from the compound. He already has the setup, but I think he's going kind of further and making sure that to get it, whatever you have to do to get that type of thing started up.
Right.
And he seems very motivated to do that. So right. Yeah, kind of the same thing. I mean, and
I think me and you had the conversation. I've had so many conversations. I thought you were the one who told me the
no.
thing. But you made a pretty good point. Like I had my solo thing for a while. You've had your solo thing for a while, and I think he's kind of excited to have his solo thing for a while. For a while, whatever that means. You know, it might be a few months. It might be a few years. I don't know. I can honestly say we've had no conversations about podcasting or joining him at his house for live from the compound. And the fact is, like, I know a lot of podcasting people in that business. So if I was going to do the podcasting with Anthony, I certainly would. I have a stable of people I could talk to immediately to set it up, you know, the way I think we should set it up. I wouldn't go to Anthony's house to podcast. That would be crazy. That'd be insane. What we show up every morning and step over bodies to get to a studio downstairs in the basement?
It would be literally like getting Martin Sheen up in Apocalypse Now when they had to give this mission every morning. You gonna close the goddamn door, buddy? Hands half nude.
Yeah, everyone has these fantasies and, you know, like, okay, this is how it's going to play out. No, I'm not driving out to Long Island every day to podcast from Anthony's house. Nothing against Anthony, his house, or podcasting from there, but it just wouldn't work for what we want to do. You know, we would need to, if we were to go down that road eventually, we would have to build a studio somewhere in New York City where all the action is. We would have to. That would be your best shot at getting guests and all that as they come, you know, through. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. I really believe he wants to go it alone for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird when everybody has their own solo thing, because being part of a team is always, like, I mean, it's a great way to go because you always have a partner.
Right.
And it's a tough way to go because, like, where individuality is hard.
Right.
Because you're married to each other.
Right.
It's like, and I thought bands break up all the time and then get back. It's not unusual for a lead singer to go out or whatever to go off, and then all of a sudden, you know, an album later, they're back together performing again.
Right.
So I don't feel like, wow, we're never going to perform together. I can't even think that way.
Right.
That we're not going to perform with Anthony again. I can't think that way. It's just too fucking depressing.
Oh, I certainly don't want to think that way. You know, this is just, I'm hoping this is just another, another chapter in the book. But, I mean, the best thing to do is try to be honest. And I've known that guy for 20 years, and how he's setting up live from the compound and how he's been talking in interviews and such. I think he's really excited just to go it alone for a bit. You know, I'll jump on there, no problem, down the road, you know, say hi or whatever. But I don't, you know, we had no conversations about, you know, just taking all this to podcasting after he was fired. It was sort of a thing we were, kind of talking about before, certainly, yeah.
And we just don't know no one knows where to go from here. This was one, like, there was no contingency plan for. Like, there's always like a second, like, all right, well, if this happens, we can do this. If that happened, no one saw it coming. I never saw it coming where one of you guys gets fired for something that occurs off the air. Like, I always thought it was going to be, okay, the whole show is gone.
Right.
Now what happens? It was something on the air.
Right.
Or me who gets canned.
Right.
I never saw this.
You read the memos?
Yeah, believe me, I certainly did.
And I think a lot of people, the hardcore fan base, they probably saw this playing out where you and Ant would have moved on together. That's the weird part.
Well, I was panicked. If anyone was, I thought I was panicked because a lot of times I was like, he's gonna walk, meaning you, and I thought that was gonna be the end of the show.
Right.
I'm like, he's gonna fucking quit.
Right.
Like, I would get nervous when that shit would happen. Like, all right, now what?
Right.
Because I never saw it like, okay, well, then me and Ant will just move on, or me and you will just. It didn't occur to me that was going to happen. It felt like, all right, that's the show.
Right.
I'm pointing to and where Ant would used to sit.
Right.
And now I'm a part of that show.
Yeah.
Not I want to create a new one.
So it's me and you trying to fucking figure this out.
Yeah. That said, I have a meeting right after to discuss money. I'm running down the hall, discuss my new duties. No, we're not doing that.
And
for the fans, kill me.
There's a huge part of me that's missing here today. I don't know how this is going to work out. I mean, you're not listening to the Opie and Anthony show. You're not listening to us just trying to move on. Obviously Anthony is irreplaceable. It's ridiculous if you're thinking that me and Jimmy are just going to like move on. If you choose to, tune in this channel, whatever the fuck the name is, it's just now different. We're not trying to continue the Opie and Anthony show. That would be ridiculous. But my name is Opie, and I do like, doing radio. But besides that, he's irreplaceable. It's obvious, I haven't done a solo show officially in 20 years. I did about over 10 years by myself. I know I could do this shit, but I don't know if I want to do this shit. I know we're here today. That's all I can tell people. We're here today. They might even get mad at everything we just said, and this could be it. Who knows? If not, maybe we'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy when I found out that I wasn't canned as well. I was relieved. Okay, at least until October 4th, or whenever exactly the deal.
Right.
I know I'm okay, and I'm collecting, not just collecting a paycheck, but I mean, I'm going to be okay financially until that point. So yeah, I mean, I don't look beyond that. I'm not saying I need to do this here forever. I'm happy to be here until October. And you said it before, but you can't just walk away. It doesn't work that way. And it's like, it literally, if they come after you, and plus, if all of a sudden we leave, when they are under contract, and they come after whatever new project you do, it's like, you cannot just fucking walk away.
Right.
And it's something I didn't even consider.
Well, that's absolutely a big part of this, because, I'm not going to sit here and say our relationship with the company is great. We've had our issues over the years. And like I said, the day before all this went down, we had just another one of those meetings where everything was just no, or, reasons why we can't do all this stuff. And I started in my head going, okay, we got less than 100 days left. It's time to figure this shit out. And then, the Ant situation happened, and then, it just throws everything into a frenzy. This is like a hornet's nest that's been kicked.
Right.
Now what?
And then there was no shows. There was like a whole bunch of time with the 4th of July. There was no shows that weekend. So I'm like, okay, I didn't even know technically, am I fired or am I not fired too? So the guys who wanted us to go on Twitter, I understood their frustration. I really did. Like, even when you were calling us fucking you cowards, I got it. I would probably have said the same thing in your shoes. But it was like I just didn't know what to say about it, because I didn't know if I still had a gig or if I didn't have a gig.
Right.
Am I getting paid or am I had no idea.
I think also it's kind of important to just have a voice. We have a voice right now. Yeah. We could talk about this shit, I should have probably called you and told you weren't fired.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. In a fucking cardboard box. Get my shit out of the office.
I probably should have called you. How'd you find out you weren't fired? Because I don't think I called you.
It was by default. I kind of figured out, like, I haven't heard that I was canned yet.
Right.
And our agent was away, but he had a legitimate personal thing happening, so he was actually gone for that. So I was like, all right, that was why he wasn't immediately here.
Yeah.
This doesn't explain the past 9 years, but I mean, it explains, recent times.
I don't know.
I think I found out. I think you actually did tell me.
I did.
Yeah, okay. That you had talked to Sirius.
I just been kind of numb. I tweeted. I'm absolutely devastated. It's been 20 years. This was supposed to be a really good year. It started off nice with Ron Bennington doing the Unmasked, and I heard rumors they were putting together a massive event for the fall. It was going to be some kind of surprise. Someone tweeted yesterday, I think it was, that it was 10 years almost to the day that we signed with SiriusXM. We weren't allowed to broadcast because we had that
no compete, right?
The no compete. But I'll try to find the pictures. I'll tweet them. But they have pictures of us signing the contract down in Washington. That was about 10 years ago. Me and Ant almost to the day met 20 years ago. It's just horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I really thought maybe we had a couple more years in us. Maybe we do, but, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to fucking work, to be honest with you, but we'll see.
I still remember when you came back, and I've told this before too. I met Opie at the train station when you came back from DC.
Right.
And, you said that you guys had actually signed with SiriusXM, and I was like a wife meeting her husband after World War II,
right.
Just waiting for your train to come in. Boy, I couldn't wait to get back on the fucking air. That's another thing too. Like for me, it's just this panic because I love to do this. I love just doing radio, and the idea of being kicked off again it depresses me.
Right,
it depresses me terribly.
So, I hope I got everything out. I hope I got everything out. I'm sure I forgot something. Yeah, Jimmy said it for both of us in a lot of, interviews, but of course we love Anthony. Of course we do. Of course. I have an amazing life because I met Anthony 20 years ago. We've had our issues over the years, of course. Everyone knows that, but in the end, he's like, he's like a brother to me, We could beat the shit out of each other, but, in the end, I fucking love the guy, period, And, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's something I never planned for, and you don't know how to feel about it.
Right.
I know how to feel about it, miserable, but as far as okay, now what? I honestly have no fucking idea.
We're in the worst position, believe it or not, out of the three. And, is excited. AnthonyCumia.com. He's setting up live from the compound. It's starting up in early August. He's got something. We got this, and we don't even know what this is for now.
Yeah. He has a studio in his house,
and he's excited to go do that. And I who's writing me?
It's probably Anthony.
Oh no, and I think he really wants to go it alone for a little while. I really do. I didn't want to ask him flat out, but it's just the feeling I have.
Right.
So
yeah, I certainly don't want to ask that because I don't want to hear the answer to it.
Well, no, you would probably hear, no, man, no, but
yeah.
But we're not in the planning stage of what he's setting up, and that makes it pretty obvious to me that he wishes us the best, and we certainly wish him the best, and then down the road, maybe we could put this whole fucking thing back together. Who knows? Well,
weirder things have happened, and I'm not saying that just because that's something like my aunt would say, but it really is true. It's not that unusual that you ride things out for a little while and then things work again.
Right.
I went to his.
Let me go with that point for a second, because we have examples of that. We got fired by CBS Radio. Why are you darting around the room like that?
I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay.
I was actually thinking of an example as you were talking.
You were going to give those examples?
No, not at all, but I have a better one for when you're done.
Oh.
Better example.
Is it funny to bring it all together?
Oh, no, but it's just a good example.
Okay. We were fired by CBS for Sex for Sam, obviously. Everyone knows that. And Mel Karmazin hated our fucking guts. Fast forward a couple of years, they rehire us, to take over for David Lee Roth, not Howard Stern. David Lee Roth is who we replaced, and we did okay with that. BCN, when we were up in Boston, hated our fucking guts. We ended up working for them in, afternoon drive and morning drive. And then the merger happens, here with Sirius. They didn't like us at all and brought us into the fold. So these are people that fired us and hated our guts, and then we ended up working for them. So I don't know.
And people may not find this encouraging, but in 1979, not to make it all about Ozzy Osbourne, a little band called Black Sabbath fired Ozzy Osbourne, and they replaced him with Ronnie James Dio. And who would have thought that a mere 35 years later, they'd have a new record? So for all of you people out there, you just hang in there for 35 years, and we will have some, finally get the band back together. Yeah.
Fuck. I did talk to Scott, and he's been civil toward myself. I could say that much, civil. And I got the inkling that the door isn't completely shut. They're not happy. I just have a feeling that it might be just slightly open, slightly.
Yeah,
for whatever that means.
Well, I went to the shindig, as it was, on July 5th.
Right.
Anthem's on the 4th. It was quite. I went late 'cause I had shows, and I was afraid it was going to be really sad. But Ants is one of those guys, man. If you know him, he was. I'm sure he wasn't happy, but he was fine. Like,
right.
He's not a fragile person.
No.
He was drinking. There's probably about 60 people at the time I got there, and a lot of the people had left.
Right.
And he's like, man, I'm just gonna, move forward and do what I got to do. But he wasn't like.
But he pushes his emotions down so far that I think they're in his big toe at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he is kind of, bothered by this like we are.
Yeah.
But he's also excited.
I was driving home really depressed from his apartment. I was really sad when I left his house. But by the time I'm like all fucking sad in the car, he's still running around his house with this giant cock out. Like, he's. I'm not saying he's not upset. He is upset.
Right.
But he's not like, I was just sad because I'm like, this fucking amazing chapter is closed. Like, fuck. But yeah, it has to. Like, I always knew that this would stop, and I didn't know how. And I'm like, oh, okay, at least now you have your answer. That's how. Like that, and not that that's supposed to make anybody feel better. I'm just telling you what I was thinking as I drove from his house.
Right.
Now you know what happens. Now you know how it ends.
I forgot something else that when me and Ant were talking right around the time he got fired. He did tell me, he goes, I was getting sick of that place anyway. I'm like, well, but we're still there. But he goes, I was getting sick of that place anyway. So, all right. Everyone has questions.
Was the phones of people calling?
A little bit. A little bit. I thought they all canceled their subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm sure a good amount of them.
We're listening for free!
Yeah.
Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. It was loud and clear on Twitter how much you supported me and Jimmy. Even though technically we had absolutely nothing to do with this. I was just minding my own business. Enjoying the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
We had nothing to do with this. Fuck. You want to take a break, I guess?
Whatever you want to do.
I don't even know. Do we have any production? Do we have?
We should definitely chat with people at one point.
Yeah,
too.
no, we'll take a break and then we'll go right to the phones. And we're not really screening them at all. I mean, whatever you want to say, you can fucking say. You want to go to the phones?
Sure.
All right. I swear we didn't really screen these. We're just whatever the fuck you want to say. Let's start with Brigada Ray. What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Ray.
Your screener got it messed up on the screen. I didn't say fuck you guys. I support you guys.
Oh, we're only taking fuck you guys phone calls, though.
Absolutely. We already have one from Scott and Don Wickland.
Right. Yeah, I was scared. After that first break, I was kind of scared to walk down the halls. I'm like, someone going to pop out of their office. What a weird fucking place to be in.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I mean, I said, I've been with you guys a long time, since 1027. I support you guys. I'm going to support anything you guys do in the future going forward. I support Ant. I'm going to support him with his thing. I'm really holding out hope that there's still a chance for a get-together, but at least some point down the road. But what needs to be said is, fuck that station. I can't support that Sirius XM anymore. What they're doing to you guys, they treated you guys like shit for the longest time. And it's really fucked up what they're doing and breaking apart something that's been special for 20 years. This was supposed to be a magical year for you guys and some great things. And I'm frustrated, pissed off, just like all the other fans. But, I support you guys, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I had a thought, but it just left me. Maybe because I woke up at 2:15 just staring at the fucking ceiling I'm waiting to come in here today.
Couldn't go back to sleep?
Oh, God, no. This is just so fucking weird.
I actually had a really good night's sleep last night.
Did you?
No, not at all. It's terrible. I try to go to bed at a decent hour because I'm like, it's going to be, I'm just, fucking the apnea gasp idiot that I am. I just kept waking up going, yeah. So I finally went and shot a little Afrin, hoping that would help, and it did, but, it keeps me awake even longer. So I probably got 3 hours last night.
Oh, the thought was that, we were doing extremely well for SiriusXM. The channel was doing extremely well, and we were beating Howard 101. Not the main Howard Stern channel, but we were beating his second channel, and we were just doing it, man. And then for this to just happen is just crazy, absolutely crazy. Let's say hi to Michael in Austin, Texas. Michael.
Hey, how are you, man?
All right, buddy.
Listen, you guys, it's like a testicle you've had attached to your other ball for 30, 40 years. You're going to miss him for a while when he's gone, but you guys are going to carry on. And the FCC now is really Twitter. He got in trouble for something he wrote on Twitter, not the FCC on the airwaves.
Well, and the FCC has, not much to do with satellite radio. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy, that is the crazy part about this, that it was something he did that wasn't, on the radio.
No, I agree, but the fact is you guys went to Sirius thinking, wow, man, we could say whatever, do whatever, the FCC ain't involved, there's no fines, no nothing, and then what they did was they're using Twitter to keep you guys in line. I mean, that's such bullshit.
It's happening to everyone. I mean, we're all aware of that culture, and I said it earlier, listen to the replay today, but I said there was something about his tweets where I just felt like, oh boy, Yeah. Oh no, this is going to be a problem. It shouldn't have been a problem. I'm going to say that a million times today. But in my gut, I knew it was going to be a problem. That something about it was different. And with this culture this culture we live in, and we've seen a bunch of examples in the last year or two, I'm like, this is a biggie. And I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. When I read those tweets, I went, oh my God, we're fired. That was my first reaction. He shouldn't have been fired, and all that. Had every right to yell and scream and act out because of what happened to him. But like I said earlier too, the company was very nervous about the violence that was attached to those tweets. That was the actual reason they decided to fire Anthony.
And one and hold on 1 second, sir, if I could, because one thing I wanted to mention before I forget is that the camera, people have gotten the press, believe it or not, got a few things wrong. One of the things they got wrong was about Ant's camera, and they're like, well, he was, maybe people think he was out taking creepy pictures. Ant has had that $5,000 Hubble fucking telescope camera in here.
Right.
That's the one I took the bad Larry Fishburne photo with.
Right.
He took a beautiful photo of me, and I took a terrible one. Like, that's become like a new hobby for him.
Right.
So that wasn't a cover story. That's one of those things where, like, and I'm on stage every night, I've had to talk about it, because I've walked on stage at West Palm Beach, and they're like, stand with Ant. Like, they're going fucking crazy, the fans.
Right.
So I'm addressing it immediately, and they started just joking about the camera. But Ant became this, it became like this hobby of his, taking pictures. So that was not unusual to me to hear that he was in Times Square taking photos. The press made it look like, allegedly he was, no, that's what he was out doing.
Like he had his iPhone and was sneaking creepy photos. The fact is, you could see that lens from Central Park, basically, if you understand the geography of New York City. That lens was huge. It was probably close to 2 feet.
Yeah, it was an obnoxious camera.
Yeah, well, he had every right to take whatever picture he wanted.
Right.
The bitch had no right to hit him.
Yeah, obviously nobody has the right to hit anybody.
But no one's talking about the bitch that hit him.
We did talk about it.
No, I'm talking about the news.
Oh, yeah, of course not, dude.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't found her.
Yeah.
Because that would be a hell of a story if they found her. I wonder if they're trying to find her.
Yeah, but there's not much news in a black person being violent on somebody in Times Square.
Well, in honesty, the news story with anything was that a famous guy said something on Twitter that they felt they could get him with. Like, with the press, they obviously are very biased in one way, but with this one, if that was a white woman that hit him, they may not have had the same narrative, but if they could have used his tweets to get him, they would have used his tweets to get him, because that's all about getting a famous guy and knocking him.
Right.
To me, that's just a sexy story.
Right.
I hate to say sexy story, but that's, for lack of a worse way of putting it.
Yeah.
No, right. But what if it was a white woman that hit a black guy?
Again, depending on what the press's instinct. The press's instinct.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. How long? I'm trying to answer your question. You give me 50 additions, and the woman had cancer of the uterus. I don't know, sir. I'm trying to talk to you.
It's a good question. Let Jimmy answer it.
I think that the press's narrative, because most of the press is very condescending white people, most of the press's narrative would have been to vilify the white woman. But if the black guy was famous and said anything on Twitter that they could get him with, they would go after him, because, again, the celebrity of it is the more interesting angle for the press, and the fact that they got you.
Right.
That's what they do. I mean, people like hating Gawker. I don't like Gawker, but the reality is that's just what they do. I mean, it's almost like, the Scorpion says, that's what, what I was when you picked me up.
Of course.
They're fucking awful. That's what their job is.
Right.
Well, you guys would be great, man.
Well,
and I wish
we're not. Sorry, go ahead, Michael. I love when people say I'm going to be great. Continue. Yes. I apologize.
No, I'm talking about the team, not you individually. I'm talking about you guys doing whatever. Because everybody knows that Anthony was the brains, but he just never used them.
All right, Michael. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Let's go to Brandon in New Hampshire. Brandon.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, just wanted to let you guys know, after this whole thing happened, usually when something happens like this, whether you guys are on vacation or whatnot, we always tune into like Ronnie B, because he, sets it straight and he'll knock it out of the park first thing.
Right.
To let us know what's going on. I checked in with Ronnie B maybe a couple of days after this happened, because we figured, okay, well, it's a holiday. And on the phones, when you go to Raw Dog, you can hit start, and you can start Ronnie Says from the beginning, even if it's only 30 seconds in, which is what I always do. Well, you could only get 15 minutes after the starting point. So I looked on YouTube to see if there was anything, and sure enough, Ronnie B was talking about Ant getting fired and how he supports Ant and supports you guys and this, that, and the other thing. And still kept trying to, on the app, go back and hear it on Sirius XM.
Could you hold on? I don't mean to interrupt you, but you didn't give enough backstory. Could you start over with how normally what your normal process is?
Yeah, I think you're leaving out details, like what you had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
What's the point here? Are you trying to say that they dumped out of Ronnie B?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they dumped out of Ronnie B, because no matter how many times you tried, you always only started at 15 minutes after he was supposed to start.
I'll ask Ron Bennington. He's coming in today, because I asked him for a favor. I said, you're a worldly man, and we need you today. So the great Ron Bennington will be in I don't know, in the next 15 or 20 minutes. So
I doubt they dumped out of him, though. I think that might have just been, in honesty, I think Ron would have been crazy about that if they dumped out of him. It's really hot in here now, but I asked for a little heat before. Yeah, it's fucking 91.
Let's go to Todd in D.C. Todd.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Hi, Todd.
Hey, buddy.
Listen, I am probably the antithesis of a typical listener. I'm a 52-year-old white male government employee, and have been listening to you for over 10 years. The question, one question and a couple of comments. The question is, the morality clause. Do you guys carry a morality clause in your contract that would have encompassed the kind of thing, while incredibly reprehensible from the visual and the verbal standpoint, not racist? Understand that completely.
Right.
But is that something that's built into your contract?
I don't know if a morality clause is, to be honest. There's got to be some type of clause in there where the company protects its image, and if you do something that hurts the image, but I honestly probably should know that, and I don't know.
I don't really read contracts.
Okay.
Yeah, I just look at all the fucking commas at the bottom.
They do that on purpose, too. It's like 100 pages, and then you got a guy going, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here.
Yep.
I assume there's some of those things in the contract. I know we got to be kind of careful about talking about contracts because I know we can get in trouble just even discussing our contracts on the radio, which is a little strange to me. Anthony always used to get nervous about that. I would kind of start talking contracts, and he's like, whoa, 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 and he would slow me down. So
I actually went over mine with Bob when we first were re-signing. I went over I just don't remember the answer to this guy's question.
Yeah, I don't know, sir. You know.
Okay, been there, done that.
All right.
Comments.
Thank you,
While I am very incredibly supportive of you and Jimmy Ope, my statement is going to be made with my decision to unsubscribe to XM and send the company a message. It's not about you. It's not about Jimmy. It's not about the show that goes on forward from here. But this is the only way that, I think a voice of reason has an option to send the message to the corporate hacks that are involved with this decision. I am obviously frustrated. I'm a little emotional, and it's not about you guys. I know that my decision is going to financially impact you guys.
But that's going to hurt me and Jimmy.
At the end of the day, we got to send a message to the corporate leadership.
But that's going to hurt us.
That hurt our feelings.
That hurts our feelings, sir.
Very sensitive people.
I'm sorry about that.
If we have no one to talk, to, we won't be here.
Subscription. I paid for the Opie and Anthony and Little Jimmy show, not Opie and Little Jimmy.
I know what you're saying, dude.
And it's not about you guys. It's not about you guys.
I don't take it personally. I know what he means.
Yeah.
It's not a slight of Opie and I. And I know what you mean. It's sometimes when you have to defend a person you've come to love, by default you feel like you're not defending the other ones. And I know what you're saying.
We understand fully. That's why I changed my bio on Twitter.
Yeah.
It now says Opie completely fucked radio host.
Okay.
Because we're in a horrible position.
Yeah.
I understand.
I sit here.
Wish you all of the success in the world.
Whatever. I had a good run. Fuck it. I had a good run. Fuck it.
I'll tell you one thing though, and I think we should really look at all the positives of Ant's firing. And the main one, and I think everyone will agree, is I will now get a sound machine. and I think that's really the only one I can think of. There are no positives to Ant's firing. But if we're going to take one thing home with us today, I think it should be that I have a new sound machine coming.
No, that's okay.
Yay, listeners.
No, that's all right. Thank you, Todd, for fucking me and Jimmy over. All right, let's say hi to Jay in New York City. Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, so sorry, obviously, for everything that's going on. I'm an analyst on Wall Street that covers you guys, and you're probably going to hate me for saying this, but I think this is one of the best things that could have happened to you. Because Anthony was a loose cannon from day one. I know he was a part of the show. But
I was supposed to be the loose cannon. What happened?
Opie, I actually disagree. I think you're funny. I think you're great at production. Jimmy's one of the funniest guys on earth.
Oh, that means Jimmy's funnier.
Sam. Yeah, Jimmy's a little funnier.
Fuck.
But at the end of the day, he really did go over the line because, yes, he was taking a picture legally, but once violence, as you guys pointed out.
Whoa. And because people are going to take these fucking sound bites and all over the place today. The company told me that. I felt like you guys needed to know the exact reason why they fired Anthony. That's what was told to me.
Yeah, Opie's just relaying that.
I do not agree with it just because it did not happen on the radio. But they said they were very nervous about violence being connected to those tweets, and they couldn't have that.
And you know what, sir? Sorry. Even if you feel like, I went too far or whatever, he said a couple of things. I'm sure Anthony would look back. I think he said something on Red Eye like this. Like, I might rephrase a couple of things, but I don't know if you have to necessarily just immediately cut the guy. Like, there's ways to go, like, hey, man, it's like if there's a conversation going back and forth, that's a little bit different. But it just seemed kind of sudden and final.
But continue, sir.
I know, but Jimmy Opie, I mean, he's been pushing.
Can you say Opie, Jimmy? Thanks.
Yeah, please, sir. Please,
sorry, Opie
yeah.
Jimmy. He's been pushing the envelope for years and years, and I respect him. He's a talented guy. I really salute the fact that you guys are standing by him. But the fact of the matter remains, your channel's going to continue. You have a huge following. People are not unsubscribing en masse, and I think you're doing what you need to do. But the fact of the matter remains, this is some of the best radio I've heard in weeks. So.
Well, we got a huge topic at hand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy. Wait till Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't wait till Wednesday. We're talking about how we miss Sam.
Right.
And then E-Rock. We're going to fire everybody. It's really something to talk about.
If you can't make this into, decent radio, then you have no business doing this. All right, Jay, I appreciate it.
All right, take care, guys.
All right.
Although I don't agree about Anthony being a loose cannon.
Sabrina.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Louisiana checking in. What's up?
Well, I am not normally a listener of you gentlemen, and I apologize, but I heard that you lost Anthony, and it's just, as it says on the radio, it says Opie with Jim, no Anthony.
Right.
And, this poor guy, he has the right to go out and take pictures of whatever, whenever, and however.
We agree.
But to me, it's like this gentleman was assaulted. I don't know if he's listening to me, God bless him, but he was assaulted. And assaulted violently. And it's like the police go and pick him up and put him in jail for saying, oh, you were standing there while her fist was hitting your face.
And honestly, you mentioned the police. I think that's one mistake that Anthony made. And it was not getting a police report. But I know why he didn't. Again, this is total hindsight. Because in his mind, it's like the cops in Times Square got so much shit going on that it's not worth it. Just a guy gets hit and he's walking. But in hindsight, I wish he would have done that. I'm sure he does too. Like that, although I'm not saying it still wouldn't have happened. Right. But a lot of the papers went to that. But then again, if he had the police report, maybe they would have just glossed over the fact there was a police report. So maybe it wouldn't have mattered in the end.
Yeah.
I know the man did not hit the woman.
No, he did not.
Is commendable. He was raised, I guess he was raised by his mom and dad to say, don't you hit a woman.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Most
a real
of us
man.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a real man.
Well, in that case, I think you have a right. If someone does assault you, I do think you have the right to defend yourself and hit them back.
Right.
No matter who it is.
Yes, sir. I agree, wholeheartedly. But y'all just sound so depressed, and it just hurts to hear y'all today without him. I know my voice is not going to be made fun of this time because, yes, I am a very, very heavy smoker. That's because I'm sick. I know it. I'm terminal. I know it. But
what the hell's going on today?
Wait, hold on. You're terminal. What's wrong with you?
I have chronic idiopathic pancreatitis. Is basically what you get right before you get pancreatic cancer.
Sorry about that.
Wow, that really sucks.
That wasn't me.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, it doesn't matter. I understand y'all are depressed and you're looking for something to break the monotony.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your phone
Good luck, too. I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
I'll live another day.
All right, sweetheart.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to John and Maryland.
I almost said so will we, but then I realized how shallow that was. Like, we're just doing a radio show, and she's actually dealing with a real medical issue.
Yeah. Our lives have been turned upside down, but people are dealing with way fucking worse than this shit. Yeah. Trust me. Everyone's going to be fine in the end. John, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
All right.
Thanks for taking my call. Hey, and thanks to your screener for not telling me that you wouldn't talk to me or answer my question.
No, I told him just throw everyone on the air. Fuck it. I mean, say what you want today.
Well,
my
question is basically, and I hate to be the first guy to jump to a conspiracy theory, but do you think this was part of the long-term play for Sirius XM anyway? And that because every news media seems to agree that this was such a knee-jerk reaction that if they had just waited a week, this really would have gone away very, very quickly. And it just seems like a total overreaction. And I can't help but think that there really was an ulterior motive here.
Well, obviously, we have no insight on that whatsoever. But you do make a very good point. This happened on the long 4th of July holiday weekend. So, where everyone is just pretty much away from.
That's what makes it even worse. It's like, we could have at least given the 3-day cool down period before we started firing people.
Yeah, I don't think it was some long-term strategy or any of that. Because I do know that
discourse between you guys, and it's like, are they just fed up with you and they've just decided that it's time to divide and conquer you?
No, because I think if it was a long-term plan, honestly, they would have just dumped the whole show and saved the money. I think that what happens is that
they would have wiped us all out.
They would have wiped us all out, man.
No problem. I mean, I said it earlier. We were, doing very well for the company.
And I disagree with
very well
callers before. I haven't canceled my subscription yet, just because I had to hear today's show. Now,
but we got stuff for we have stuff for tomorrow's show.
You have a big update for tomorrow.
Yeah, we got surprises tomorrow.
Yeah,
I got to say that the production value this morning has been top notch.
It has been good.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. It was kind of, cute.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like the Dennis Falcone one.
I don't know. We're just, we're trying to. It sounds crazy, but we are trying to find a little humor in this whole thing. Just
we are all in that place, I assure you.
All right, sir. Let me go because there's so many people that want to just get on the air today.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
All right, we go to Georgia. Allie, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Sorry about what happened. I got 2 points if I can make real quickly. I mean, and before even that, I don't think, I'm a fan of Anthony. I'm a fan of you guys, but I don't think you should feel guilty about going on, and, you should do the best show you can possibly do. And with that, if I can make 2 points. One is, Anthony, like the other guy was saying, he's kind of a hothead, but he was honest. And, especially what you guys are doing with comedy, it's like you can't say shit anymore. They might not, throw you in jail, but they'll ruin you.
Right.
And that's fucking, it's the other point I want to make. Everyone's saying, well, he didn't attack, he didn't hit back. I used to date a girl, and this bitch was psycho. Like, we go out to, a restaurant, she'd start cussing, fuck you, this shit, that shit. And I couldn't hit her. I couldn't call the cops. I wouldn't call the cops. What the fuck is... And Anthony seems like an old school guy. He's not going to call the cops and be like, this chick is going fucking nuts. I can't control the situation. That's emasculating as fuck. So what I would do is, I'd look around, with my face, try to let people know, I'm fucking sorry. Bitch is psycho, and they give me the look, okay, well, get the fuck out of here. There's people eating, whatever. So what did Anthony do? What you do, you expect society around you to kind of, be like, hey, chill out, lady, whatever.
Right.
He was saying that the fucking people around me were fucking taking her side.
Right.
All he had to do is curse her.
Right.
All the guy, imagine, just put anybody. Put yourself in the guy's shoes. You go out to Times Square, one of the most, the fucking center of the fucking universe. You're taking pictures, you get attacked. He doesn't hit back, and you mentioned Opie a couple of times about violence. From what I read, he didn't threaten any violence. He just said that, look, what the fuck? This happened.
All right.
From what I've read, I don't know.
I don't know what you're trying to say, sir. What is he trying to say?
My point is, put yourself in his shoes.
I think everyone has.
You're just saying, you guys are saying that, well, he didn't hit back, he didn't do that. All he could have done is rant on fucking Twitter or whatever. That's all he could have done. And for that, they fired him.
Right. All right.
That's just my point, guys.
All right, thank you. The great Ron Bennington has entered the studio.
Hey, Ron.
I heard about your problems. I brought you guys a pot of chili. I don't know what, it'll just be here in the crock pot.
Thank you.
Just, you got to eat through this no matter what happens.
Right.
You have to eat. I'll come back in a couple leave those dishes. Let me get them. This is the saddest thing.
It's ridiculous.
It's so crazy.
I'm still just in complete shock. Complete shock.
You know what really gets to me out of all the attacks from whatever these websites were, right? I get that people could disagree, blah, blah, blah. But no one wrote, here's one of the funniest men of his generation. How come we disagree so much on this one topic?
Right.
But everybody acted like, oh, Ant, that's his bit. He's just the racist guy.
Right.
It was insane to me.
Yeah, it's way more than that.
It's insane to me.
Wait, did I just admit he's a racist?
No. But I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's this is the weirdness of where we live today, is that something gets going. Like the 5th website only wrote about it because the first 4 websites did.
Sure.
And then finally, it was the newspapers jump in.
It was just a copy-paste.
Yeah,
because I kept
really
Googling Opie and Anthony. I'm like, well, all right, there's 800 new articles, but it was the exact same article. No one decided to use their own fucking brains to maybe bring a new point into the conversation.
There was never any point of, wow, this one thing we really disagree on. How does someone get here?
Right.
Or what is that? But we just act like this thing has popped up.
Right.
And we all have to go screaming and punching. And then we go back. They just did this to Alec Baldwin a little while ago. And no one thinks that Alec Baldwin hates gay guys. He lives in the Village.
Right.
And yet, no one also, it's almost crazy. People don't feel like they could stick up for someone.
Right. Right.
Or why can't you say I disagree with someone, but that's it.
But there's a lot more to the guy.
To the person.
Right.
Well, they all did a lousy job in the press. The Washington Post, of the major ones, I think was the most embarrassingly bad as far as the op-ed or whatever she wrote, the blogger for whoever she was for Washington Post. That was the most awful one I read, like the one who got it the wrongest. But they don't mention anything else except he says racist things. That was all they could obsess over. They're showing him again on there's Greg Gutfeld
on the red eye.
Oh, they really took it serious, huh? I'm like, what happened there?
Right.
What is so funny about this, guys? The fucking thing is, this piece has been torn down, and to me, that's the crazy part of it.
That's the tragedy.
Yeah.
I know Ant's all right with everything, though. I really believe that he's all right with everything. For now.
He's certainly, from a creative point of view, in much better shape than you guys.
Thank you. Someone has to say it. He has a plan. We don't have a plan. Anthony is starting live from the compound, and it's going to do very well. And I said earlier, I don't know if you were listening.
Yeah, I was listening.
I have a strong feeling he really, at this point in his life, wants to go it alone and try this thing out. Me and Jimmy are here with a company that we've expressed, our disappointment with, and we have to continue and try to figure this out.
Well, certainly, have the radio guys come around you and said what's next? Because you guys are the ones with less of a brand right now than what Anthony has.
Of course,
Anthony is Billy the Kid. You guys are Pat Garrett, right? With Chisholm. There's no way.
What's that?
Yeah. What's you're not familiar with the?
No.
Well, Billy the Kid was an old gunfighter.
Who's Chisholm? I don't know Chisholm.
Well, Chisholm was the big corporation at the time. He was the
Sounds
cattle
like a beverage
rancher.
I've had. Okay.
And those were the guys they used to. Those were the no, not Chisholm.
Chips jizz.
But the thing is, he's the folk hero right now.
Of course.
He's the guy where you're like, if you looked at it from this way, Ant's probably going to do he could go in 2 different directions. One, modern day Bob Guccione, barely legal. He's got, young chicks and guns, and that could be a great show.
Right.
Also,
Roman Polanski, by the way, would have been the better reference.
All right, doing his show from France where he can't. touch, you know. And then every once in a while, like Roman Polanski, you ever notice he'll act like, you know, Don Henley was around there too, and so was Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean? Like he just drops little hints that he wasn't the only guy.
Or he could go right-wing talk.
That would be also perfect because there's never
something
been
has a passion for.
Right. There's never been a funny, you know, Jon Stewart.
Right.
Of the right. They attempt things, but to be as legitimately funny as Ant and go out and do the real libertarian point of view, that's pretty marketable. Those are two really marketable ideas.
Right. So I don't know why they're feeling sorry for Anthony on Twitter.
If I was
they should
the radio
feel sorry
guy
for us, right, Ronnie?
Well, here's the way.
Please say it. Someone has to say it.
I'm going to say this.
Yes.
You guys are Cream without Eric Clapton right now. You know? So do you go out and get another guitar player, or do you say maybe we should get a keyboard player because that won't remind people of Eric Clapton?
I said on Twitter last night that I'm entering the Honey Drippers phase of my career. That's how I feel.
There is truth to that.
We were Led Zeppelin, and now I have to move on as the Honey Drippers, okay?
But see, here's the thing about Ant. There are two different shows we came up with for Ant that, you know, you guys don't share interest. He could go out and kind of expertise it. Do you guys have anything that you would have kind of wanted to do, but Ant was here?
Well, we did have an idea about it. There's a whole Pictionary thing that Opie and I wanted to tie in. We'll pick it up and we'll try to act out each other's funny little, things.
Okay, they said there's no bad ideas, so let's get that out of the way.
I can tell you this much. We have you today.
Well, you do.
I don't even know if we'll be here tomorrow. I don't know how they're going to handle how we talked about this on the air today. I have no idea.
The chances are that they should say to themselves, we brought these guys back too soon. Like, there should have been plenty of time for you guys to talk about this.
I wanted to take a very long break.
You probably should have came on after Ant started doing his thing.
I wanted to take a very long break, at least a month, at least.
That would,
and I even said, you don't have to pay me. But, I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm glad I didn't hear that discussion. We have rather upsetting to hear.
We have no idea what this is.
So there's nothing even in the back of your mind.
No, what? I mean, no. I mean,
I think you got to. I think you got to almost change formats.
Well,
you know,
we could just continue calling it Opie and Anthony. I mean, you continue calling it Ron and Fez.
You know, see, that's you know what? This doesn't help. Seriously, this is the stuff that doesn't help.
What? What happened? I could just make believe he's here and he's pulling a Fez.
You know what? I understand you guys see loyalty as a weakness. I get that. I understand that completely.
Well, that's a plan, though, at least.
You know, once his neck is operated on, he's going to be back in here like gangbusters.
Okay, good.
But seriously, they haven't sat down with you from a radio point of view?
No. Who knows radio around here?
That's the problem. Well,
who knows radio around here, Ron?
Well, let's do this.
Thank you. There's the answer.
Well, I did speak to Don yesterday, and he did say, like, all right, what are you guys going to do? I'm like, we just got to go on and talk about it.
Just be honest.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say for the one good thing is that they didn't ask us, don't say this. Don't talk about it like that. Don't put these callers through. Like, they really just said, just handle it organically.
Right.
However you see fit. They didn't try to dictate that.
All right, so that's going to work day one. But you guys really do have to have a formatted radio plan.
We're fucked by Wednesday.
See, here's
but do we ever have a formatted thing, though? It's like always just kind of a hang.
Right. But see, that's the thing. If you do the hang show, right, without Anthony, we're going to be missing Anthony.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the problem of that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if we want to stay here. We're under contract. We know that much as we sit here today.
Should have done that second unmasked chance I had.
We could still do it.
With Ant?
We'll just put it on a podcast or something.
Okay.
Yeah. We just do Ant on location, like on a video.
We got
I heard what Opie said, and I agree.
We had Brother Joe on the line. I literally was just going to you, Joe, so please call back.
Joseph.
Well, no, he just hung up. I literally was going to the phones to talk to Anthony's brother. Why don't we do this? We'll take a break. Hopefully, Brother Joe will call back. We'll get him on immediately. We got Ron Bennington hanging out here. And
I'm going to be... Here's what I want you to do. First of all, you're on fucking brain detail.
Yeah.
I want you in the back seat cleaning that up. Sam, you've got some cleaning products around here?
Yeah, right.
And a cup of coffee for me? Let's get this whole thing going.
Yeah. Well,
People like the visual element, by the way.
Yeah, we're on.
They are saying the visual element is good.
We're on YouTube. Right. Well, we're not going to do this every day. We're on YouTube right now on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. We have a camera in the studio.
What is...
So. You can't really hear the phone calls, which is making this a problem, but whatever. Oh, Brother Joe called back. Okay. Joe.
Hey, gentlemen.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was just texting you. I was on hold.
Yeah, I apologize.
It was longer than it took me to drop the OJ tape off.
I know. I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
We don't even know what the fuck. We're just trying to go with this thing. So
believe me, man. Me too. I mean, it's strange, to say the least. I wanted to start off by saying to listeners. And just addressing the issues that any of them may have with you guys,
right?
That is absolutely wrong. It's not. You guys are to be held blameless and faultless. I mean, you had absolutely zero to do with with the predicament that you're in. The other thing I wanted to say was I wanted to thank you personally for making Anthony's life what it is now. And, excuse me, I was driving all night. And as well, me being able to do what I do for a living, because without meeting you, it wouldn't happen. Either way. I mean, for either one of us.
Well, I mean, in turn, obviously meeting you guys made my life way better too, so.
Well, that being said, the issue with, why XM did what they did, was Sirius XM did what they did with my brother. I'm very curious, and I don't know if you guys are going to be allowed to divulge any of this information, but I'm sure a lot of the listeners would love to know if there were any special interest groups, any sponsors threatening to pull out, any people in particular that called in and said, or contacted Scott via email. Or by any other means, looking to have Ansett served up on a platter. That's my issue.
It's a great point / question, and of course, if we knew, we would tell you. I have no idea is my answer, and that is the truth. I know they got nervous. What was told to me, and I've said it a couple times already this morning, what made them nervous was the violence that was associated with the tweets. And like I said, I don't agree with that, but that's what was told to me. That was the ultimate reason why they fired him.
Well, addressing that, that reason, I think it's pretty ridiculous when they talk about violence in a sentence, in written word, on virtual paper, when an actual act of violence occurred in Times Square. He was pissed, man.
Yeah, of course. We all say crazy things when we're pissed off.
And how many times he said, I could fucking kill that guy.
Right.
Or I could, I wish that guy would have his face smashed into the fucking ground. I mean, it's the way Anthony reacts to things. It's the way I react to things too. But I don't think I remember once him taking a poke at anybody. We've never, as brothers, fought each other physically, which is not that way. We defend ourselves, when you have to, but it's just, it was never that way. So, again, that being said, to me, it just seemed an unfair thing for the company to do.
Yeah, let me say this too. Has anyone ever seen Amp be racist one-on-one to anybody?
No.
I've never seen that in my life. It's always in the macro sense,
right.
But when we're out with listeners and stuff, I've never been across a thing where you're like, wow, he's being antisocial.
No, he's not. He's not. Honestly, I mean, it almost sounds like a joke hearing him go up on the air, saying some of the things that he does on the air. It almost sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but he is seriously the furthest thing from what you would call a textbook racist. I mean, somebody that would, that hates a particular type of person for their, for their skin color or their, or being who they are.
Right.
I know. I mean, obviously, I've known the guy for 53 years, man. And I know him inside out. I know how he thinks. He takes statistics. He takes data. And he takes fact, and he argues those points fiercely. And if you call him out on it, he'll have an answer for you every time.
Right.
He's not acting out of emotion when it comes to his slightly right leaning viewpoints. It's not a matter of him, just him. As an
he's more blunt and he's more straight than the Drudge Report. All these same kind of things come up.
Right.
If you go to the Drudge Report any day, those statistics come up, and Ann puts them out there, and some people disagree or whatever, and those are things to talk about. But I do think that overall, if someone said to me, "Have you ever seen Anthony do anything racist?" That's insane to me.
Right.
This is what got crazy. This is what got me furious about the stuff that I was reading. Is they act like ants did a racist act for fucking 20 years.
That's
it's just not true.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what a majority of the people that reading that shit believe. Yeah.
And the sad part is all the people that were in an uproar over Anthony's tweets they're long gone now. And now what's left is the hardcore audience that it has to suffer.
Yeah, they were all outsiders.
Complete outsiders that would never listen to our show. Never. We probably lost a very, very small percentage of people over Anthony's tweets, possibly.
If any,
possibly. And like I said, very small. I mean, at the most.
And the people that were bloggers and the papers that picked up on it, they really do mean absolutely nothing to the company.
Right.
It just does not. It does not compute, man. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it were the Catholic Church getting behind, does that sound familiar? If it was the Catholic Church getting behind, or going to the company and saying, "Hey, listen, they did this. We want them gone." I could see NAACP, whoever, Reverend Al shows up at the doorstep and says, "Hey, Scott, I think this boy should be gone." I mean, anyone.
I know of no one. Joe, I get your point. I know of no one that has stepped forward in that way. I know of no one. But then again, we're kind of in the dark here a bit.
I understand. And that was my point.
How's Anthony doing? From your point of view,
he's doing great.
I know it drives me nuts. I'm like,
we're pretty pumped, man. I'm getting with Drew on some music, and we're doing it up right. You guys are going to be proud.
Awesome.
And I, I mean, obviously, man, I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I can say this. I can definitely say that down the road, you guys are going to cross paths again in a big way, probably much bigger than anything you could ever have imagined up to this point. And I say that with complete honesty and candor. You guys are you'll get back together. Things will happen big. I mean, huge big.
I mean, that's what Led Zeppelin said.
I mean, beyond Howard.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing.
Led Zeppelin said the same thing back in 1981, 82. And they almost did it. They almost did. What do they do? One show?
The people in bands are assholes.
But see, the thing is, they're still getting the lead out every single night. It's
exactly.
Still there.
Right.
The money is still on the table.
I know, Joe, that he's very excited to do this thing alone for now. I mean, I have no doubt that's what he's thinking.
And
there's an excitement to that.
Let me tell you something else. Though. Let me put this into the mix. If you guys had said today that you wanted to join him, he would, in a heartbeat, say, "Yeah, come on, let's go."
Right.
He would say, "Come on, let's go."
Right.
I might be here for the announcement.
That's my gut feeling.
Right.
He would, he's very excited about doing something new and fresh. I mean, not to say that, nothing derogatory.
No, we know what you mean.
Something new
No,
for him.
it came across.
Loud and clear.
We got you.
We got you.
The things we've been talking about, like the bike runs that we weren't allowed to do.
Right.
The cruise, man. I mean, come on. There were a million things that were just
the sex trip to the Philippines. There's so much to do here.
Right.
But Joe, I was just telling those guys that I think Anthony is the one with the interesting brand to move forward, particularly with all the press that he just got.
Right.
Who wouldn't be interested?
There's a lot of interest in his brand as a solo right now.
It's going to be fun. That's for sure. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Joe.
Listen, guys, man. Obviously, I feel like shit about the whole thing happening the way it did. But you guys will do fine. So will Anthony. Everyone's going to come out of this thing okay.
I mean, if the fans want to do it, whatever, they're going to do what they want. But this is not a me versus he fucking situation.
No, not at all. Not at all.
In the end, I have an amazing life because I met Anthony 20 years ago. Period. Of course.
I have a good life because you met Anthony 20 years ago.
We all do. Everybody but Sam.
Of course.
All right, guys. I will. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Joe. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, brother.
Be well, man. See
Bye,
you,
buddy.
Brother Joe.
It's starting to become very obvious that me and you are really fucked, Jimmy.
Yep.
Well, you're only fucked if you want to be.
Right.
You got to look at this thing and go, now what can we do? It can't be just the same show. You got to think of what is our new direction. And I can't believe they let you go back on the air without going.
What kind of direction can we even go in? Like, the reality is we just talk and hang out with our friends. I mean, what can we do that would be interesting to Opie and me, that besides just doing not the exact same show where we have a guy who does voices where you are, because Anthony's a comic genius. It's an impossibility to replace that type of a genius. You can't.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Right. You can have friends come in.
Right, guys?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, it's not like, okay, Anthony's a swappable out.
Right.
It's impossible.
I think when we start sitting down and talking about this, it's just got to be organic. I don't think you could have an actual plan right now.
I think you got to have a plan. I think you got to have a marketing plan. I think there's got to be new logos.
Oh, boy.
It's got to come rolling out. I'm talking to Wicklund right now. I'm texting back and forth.
Don't you like the logo they got?
Norton and Friends is what I've for many years said.
You know, this is the thing about Jimmy, and no one ever brings this on.
Yeah.
He is such a legend that if his name comes up somewhere, people start to giggle and laugh before you even get to the story. I just did the Unmasked with Jim Florentine.
Yeah.
And he would do stuff like, I remember one time me and Norton, and then the place would explode.
Right.
Like, I can't wait to hear this story.
Yeah.
So that is the truth. You've got a legend there.
Ooh.
And he's been a shy, kind of laid-back guy.
Right.
You know? Let's get him out there.
That's right, guys. This is my coming out. This is kind of like my Carrie moment. I'm gonna shine.
I think we finally give away shows, is what I'm thinking. We actually give away shows and spots. We have a whole, we have a whole stable of guys that are really talented and good, and we maybe should start shaping some new shows. Worst time to lose you to another channel, by the way.
Yeah, and then Tim fucking leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me, the new channel is such a pain in the ass. I didn't even tell you this. I did the Unmasked with Joan Rivers, and it ran over the weekend, and they went and put other production into the show.
Why?
Without telling me, because they're fucking insane. Because they have no regard for radio. So I'm talking, and I didn't hear this myself, Fez told me. I'm talking to Joan about Jerry Lewis.
Right.
And they just drop in a Jerry Lewis with a laser bringing it in like, play this Jerry Lewis clip.
Terrible.
What?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Just fucking up the flow.
It's unbelievable.
Because the Joan Rivers Jerry Lewis story is pretty amazing. You don't need anything else at that point.
And I'm like, well, would they have fucking done that during the show?
Right.
No.
Right.
They would have thought that was inappropriate.
Wow, and how could they do that? Like, dropped in production. People who think drop-in production will make something like that better should have their fucking hands cut off.
It is true.
Because it doesn't fix... Everyone knows who Jerry Lewis is. Everyone knows he's like, there you go. That's all you need to know about Jerry Lewis. That noise.
Of course. The story speaks for itself.
Yeah, terrible to
You don't need
interrupt.
production around that.
Yeah.
Or without even checking or asking. You know, if someone even screwed around with your best ofs without telling you. Did they? It's insane. Who knows? But it's insane, like, the lack of that radio.
Well, how about you bring your show back? Let's start there. Come back.
I'm up. I'll
come back.
I just
have that conversation today. That would be the first great move.
I love the idea. I'm talking to
or
Ann
put you on
about
both.
I'm talking to Ann about a couple different things right now.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Has he gotten back to you? Because I've texted, can't wait to see the new project, buddy, and I just got LOL and haven't heard back.
But don't you feel like? So you're saying you'd run us on both?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would. We need to bring you back immediately.
Can we get rid of that Sam fucking?
Well,
kid's been working hard.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We bring you back. That's a good start. It made sense at the time because they really wanted that West Coast feed. You know, they really wanted to open that up for us, but.
And then Tim got,
I love Tim. I mean, really? You're off the channel, Ant's gone, Tim's gone, and they go, all right,
And I have a sound machine coming.
It's like, really?
Big changes.
Do you want to make it any harder? I just need to know. Please let me know how much harder you want to make this for us.
This is where you start doing your improvisational jazz show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is Spinal Tap and Puppet Show. So much we wanted to do.
I don't know.
So much.
I know we're good for today. We're good for tomorrow.
Have you noticed how far behind the YouTube video is?
Yeah.
It's like...
is it far behind?
Yeah, it's like...
A minute
or so. When Sam brought me water... Well, you got to watch. Turn that one around, Sam, so we can see how long it takes for it to show up. Because when Sam brought me water, I saw Sam bringing me water like 2 minutes later.
Oh boy!
And I just thought that I was having the fucking stroke.
I figured.
Oh, look at who's handsome looking into the camera. Who's handsome? Who's handsome looking into the camera?
All right, we'll break here. We got Ron Bennington in, and taking lots of phone calls to the end of this show. So if you're on the line, just stay right there.
We'll be back with more Opie and
Lady Di
on Sirius XM. Welcome back to the Opie and
Marion
Show on Sirius XM. You can put your penis away, miss.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Me and Jimmy.
Okay, this is the kind of imaging I was talking about, guys. This is great.
We're on the right track, Ron?
Yeah, you guys are on the right track now.
That's
You're
good.
coming up with ideas.
Just the two of us.
Oh, but seriously talking with you and saying that you haven't had a single idea before coming in here. It's just amazing to me. No one talked to you yet.
No. It's all. It's basically all on me to figure it out. I'm sure Donnie Wicklund will have some ideas. Sorry, I went down wrong. Meeting.
He's smiling.
What? He's good.
Who have you heard from? Have you heard from?
I had one call, maybe one or two phone calls with Scott Greenstein. That was it.
How about any of the old buddies? Anybody?
Oh, everyone reached out.
Good.
Everybody. Matter of fact, Dr. Steve, because Brother Joe's saying that, his life is way better because, me and Aunt got together, and Dr. Steve wanted to add his 2 cents. He just texted me, I'm $25 a week richer because you and Anthony met 20 years ago.
That's funny.
Let me just say something about Dr. Steve, because, I mean, I'm not one for talking.
Sure, he's the Dr. Nicopolis of the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
I never had a legal morphine connection until Dr. Steve. And that shit is so pure.
Yeah?
I doubt I could even OD on it. I've tried a couple times.
Nice.
And can't. And I've been giving it out to my neighbor's kids.
Yeah.
And everybody's just having the best time.
And he sent me an interesting text, too, about how sorry he was about Anthony. And he was saying what he thinks the show needs is a medical perspective.
That was pretty good.
So, yeah, maybe I could sit in and, just talk and help everybody get through it.
Yeah. We got a lot of sad people on the lines here. Why don't we take one of these phone calls, okay? Hi, who's this?
Hey,
this is Bobo, and yes, I am completely upset with the travesty that has happened.
Yeah. What do you got to say?
I have to say that there is something wrong with this country, that the victim gets fired.
My favorite part of that is that you put a period but the auditory version was a semicolon.
Almost a question mark.
Yeah, but there was something supposed to be following that up.
Right.
Where the victim gets fired.
Yeah,
continue. Do you see how nobody ends a sentence like that? I think that you made sense there, though.
Continue. This is your chance to get on Red Eyes. They're looking for people.
Yes.
Yeah, what the heck is wrong with the country where the victim gets fired, and then it's an innocent guy that just gets attacked for nothing, and I feel he did not say anything wrong at all. There was nothing racist on there that he said, and it just bugged me out what happened to them. And I also have to say it just feels weird. This is the first time it feels weird hearing you guys this morning.
Yeah.
Well, it feels weird saying this stuff, and then go. Sorry.
And I wish you and Jimmy good luck on whatever future endeavors, whatever route you guys go.
Thank you.
You don't wish we would die like most of Twitter?
No. I wish you two good luck, and
right.
And I understand that you were kind of in a weird that you guys were in a weird predicament.
Right.
That you kind of almost had to, I guess, go the rest of your contract or whatever it was.
All right. Yeah.
I will say this. Hollywood Reporter, I have to say, it did a really fair. It just came out about the first break, so I guess it's in a blog. But Opie and Anthony co-host. I absolutely do not believe that Anthony should have been fired. Is the headline, and they just kind of quoted the first break. I'll sum the whole article up. The most important part, they kind of. Sure.
Jimmy couldn't wait to show me the most exciting part of the article.
Well, I just think it's important. I mean, I think it covered a lot of what Opie said about that. Apparently Anthony was fired. We all know that stuff. But it got to the meat of it at the end. Said Norton added that perhaps their situation could be like Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath, and they could patch things up after more than 30 years. And I just want to say, I think that brought it all home for all of us.
So you saying we've got to wait 30 years before you guys get together?
Well, yeah, I was joking like that before because they waited 35 years.
Hey, everybody!
Yeah,
us with dementia. Yeah. That's great.
Yes, it's the shit your and pants show.
All right. How do you share these fucking articles?
I just boom.
I'll share the.
I think the last thing you should be doing is tweeting.
What?
That is true.
Oh yeah.
It's the worst thing that ever happened.
I like Twitter. It's where you can go for a reasonable discussion. But I do actually like it a lot.
Yeah, you can reason. Yes. You can reason with people on Twitter. Yeah. I don't understand why you're not on that.
Tim used to tell me every day, and I'm going because I'll say something crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right. I just tweeted.
It was like
I
was Nostradamus at the time. It was phenomenal. Like when we actually do the movie of this, that's that part. Isn't it crazy? We just did that 20-year thing for Unmasked and the happiness of that night and the celebrating that thing. And I remember, like, I kind of ended up with, "Opie, you're married now to a nice person. You're not going to do this shit anymore."
Right.
Because you had been, the idea guy behind all the firings. I did not expect this from him.
Maybe Ant's just getting me back for the Boston thing.
But why do I have to be punished?
He's been lying in wait.
Right. But he didn't,
I think I was responsible for a bunch of those.
I think all of them. I think every
all right.
Maybe we should.
You're still holding a grudge because you had to go down to Washington for a while.
You know what? But you know what's weird about that too is that's the thing that drove Fez crazy when we went to Washington.
Oh, really? It started then?
Yeah, like literally on the trip there.
Do you remember when we got fired from NEW and they put you guys on the front page literally the next day?
Oh, yeah.
The new thing. Right?
Here's what happened.
What was the headline?
I think it was the new Opie and Dopey. But they went back and found like this fucking... Fez was dressed like a tranny. I was dressed like a biker. I don't even know why. It was like some old Florida fucking coke whacked out fucking picture, right? And Fez had taken his shirt and tied it up like real high. And it just looked like two guys blowing each other on the front page of the Daily News.
I don't know if I ever told you, but I was really depressed back then as well,
Yeah.
and devastated because we didn't know how that was going to play out. But that was one of the only laughs I got. The next day on the front page,
well, what was
you
funny?
guys look like complete fucking clowns.
But the fucking funny thing was too, like we went out and we had to go to some meeting, like in Midtown, to say, look, you know, I know you guys are friends with O&A, but don't, you know, and we're like, well, let's just see what happens. I just, you know, we were talking with them last night. They go, try to, you know, stay cool on the air. And look, sorry about what the Daily News said.
Right.
So, like, we
Right.
don't know it. Then someone stops us on the street, and we're like, the fucking Daily News, right? And we're like, whatever, these things are happening. And then we get back to 57th Street, and they just, the fucking guards downstairs just start laughing when they see it.
Right.
And we're like, what?
Right.
What? And then they fucking show us, and we're like, what?
Oh, right.
On the fucking front page? Where did this picture come from?
Can you find that picture? It's been many years, but it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
I had no idea why that. I mean, that picture was taking. There was like 10 people in the picture.
Sure.
But they cropped out everybody but us, and it was like, I don't know, like a party or something.
Yeah, they purposely found the worst picture possible, which
but
we
it
all
was
know the
fucking
press
classic.
does.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But that's just what they do. They find the.
What are you doing?
Trying to communicate with you and Ron on the
Your
radio.
fucking guns. It's a gun
I didn't even.
show
Oh, my
today.
arms. I didn't even want them to be
It's
seen
like
on
a
the
gun show today.
Oh,
with you.
sorry. I didn't realize the camera was on.
Jimmy pushed up his sleeve for the camera.
No, I forgot the camera was on.
We're on my YouTube channel right now, Opie Radio. So
Are you going to start doing this every day?
no, they'll kill us. Well, then again, they have killed us, right? So what the fuck? Nah, we'll put it on every once in a while. It's a live event on YouTube. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, who's this?
Hi, it's Lady Di. How's everything?
I didn't think the Anthony firing could be made any worse.
Right.
No. Listen to me. Listen to
Oh,
me.
sorry.
What happened to him was really bad.
We agree.
And I'm really sad about it. I mean,
concur.
the radio is not. The radio station is not going to be the same without him.
True.
Oh, you think?
I think, yeah.
What gives you that impression? What gives you that impression today?
That impression. First of all, Anthony is a very funny guy.
Right. True.
All right. I'm not Opie. I'm not saying you're not funny because you are, and so are you, Jimmy.
Thank you,
obviously.
Thank you.
Hi, Ron. How
But
you
what gives you the impression that things aren't going to be the same? Because I feel like, it's just another day around here.
Because he's not there, and he's not picking on me. Whenever I call the show, he usually picks on me, and he's not picking on me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean,
I'll pick on you. I'll give you a little razzing. We're not going to miss Anthony. Let me razz you a little bit. Hey, what did you just get out of bed?
I just got out of bed is right.
Oh, I'll bet you have bedhead. The razzing continues.
Nah,
I think out of respect for Anthony, we should never take a phone call from her again.
I agree. I agree. That would make the firing worth it.
Because
No
Ronnie
offense,
says
Hans.
we need a plan. There's our
need a
plan.
plan.
Our
You
plan is no phone calls from Lady Di or Bobo.
Okay, you know what?
Who obviously is a secret agent.
If I had to choose between having Anthony here
Right.
and having Anthony gone, but no calls from her or Bobo,
right.
I would take Anthony here, but I really have to think about it. Hold on, I know, Miss Di. You hold on a second. Hold on. You really are. You know what you are? You're cymbals. You're somebody banging cymbals on a punchline. I'm getting to something, and you're like a one-man band walking through.
We're finally attempting some of the chemistry here and maybe getting a joke out, and you're fucking smashing your cymbals.
Yeah, you really did just clumsily fall through and wreck everything.
No, I'm not wrecking anything. How am I wrecking anything?
You reckon everything. You really are.
Do you reckon?
You're a monster in every sense of the word.
Well, I got an idea, Lady Di.
What?
Could you set yourself on fire as a protest? And I think that might be able that might get Anthony back.
Self-immolation, yes, please.
Is that what that's
the
called?
Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Stop the Vietnam War.
On fire? I'm afraid of fire. What are you talking about?
But it would bring Anthony back. Wouldn't you do that for the fans at least? You come down in the building and you set yourself on fire in protest.
Yeah.
I think I could get a few news outlets down here for that.
I was already down there for one.
Would you or would you not set yourself on fire so we could bring Anthony back?
You pull this off, it's the greatest moment in radio history.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
That would hurt.
Well, that's sad.
No, I mean that would hurt.
She's right.
You know, HURT hurt.
All right.
Yeah, from the mouth of babes.
But would you at least think about it? You're pickled with all those natty ices, so you'll go up nice.
Really? I guess there would be a lot.
Why
of
am I trying to do a
right?
bit with her?
I don't know. And why am I mad that she doesn't have improv skills? Like, why am I all of a sudden expecting her to be fucking Amy Poehler?
I have a nice little concept we could go with, and I'm like, why am I even trying this?
You know, you're right. That you got to dump all that kind of stuff because it's going to remind everybody of that.
How you doing, Ron Pennington?
Okay.
Who's Ron Pennington?
It's me. I'm Ron Pennington. That's who I am.
Ron,
She's
Ron,
right.
how you doing, Ron? Okay.
You know, this all seemed to have happened under the Sam
Watch.
producership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
What?
Lady Di, can we...
Under the what, Sam?
Lady Di, can we go?
No.
We can't go. So we can't go. When can we officially go? Because you're just making things worse.
I'll stay on hold.
No, that's a good idea.
All right, we'll put her on hold. I think we could all agree that we need Jenny Hutt in here to really bring this whole thing home. Big fan of the Jenny Hutt?
Jenny Hutt, she this summer is like actually depressed.
Yeah.
She came on my show the other day. The eyes have dulled. There's something wrong to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something really, really wrong.
So maybe we could get into that with her.
Yeah.
Find out what's going on.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's having problems at home in her marriage.
Well, yeah, I think it doesn't look like it's going good there. But that's another angle for you guys, the full-time hole.
Yeah.
The full-time
What?
hole.
What? What?
On the show.
That'll change things up.
Yeah, that'll be different. And she'd be like, Jim,
come on, guys.
You don't think that works? It's just a different angle.
The whole-
Or you do the Jay Moore angle, is just sports. Just sport talk, being sporty.
We kind of don't know.
Hey, what about this LeBron thing, huh? It seems
Oh,
like
my God.
he's up to something.
Talk about from the Cleveland to the Heat and then back. What a caller. You're on.
It shows you that anything's possible, though, people.
First of all, guys, nice to talk to you. It's really good. Sports callers are the fastest fucking callers that you could ever possibly have.
Because they know they're going to get hung up on at any second. Because
LeBron had a 6:45, thing.
All right. What do you think of the LeBron James thing? I think that's a great move on his part.
I can't imagine how many cities would have welcomed him back.
Really?
Happily.
Everyone.
You
Everyone,
think Philly
yes.
would have said yes, shit on us, and then come back in 4 years?
No.
I think they would have been throwing rocks at the fucking
I think Philly is definitely a city
Philly,
that
yeah,
would,
good
would
point.
continue with the old fuck you.
Yeah.
That's true. They called Ben Franklin a cunt. They're
And
rough.
he was. In a lot of ways, he was.
I think LeBron, I mean, I think all that attention really hurt him. It, hurt his soul and feels like he has to go back and prove himself. How amazing would that be? He comes back and he wins the championship now for Cleveland.
What if he doesn't, though?
It's true.
That's very true.
Then he looks like the stupidest asshole ever. And here's the thing.
But the Miami thing was done. I know that
the
much
Miami
about sports.
thing was done.
The guys are getting older. They're done. They got their ass kicked, and they don't really have a lot of room to bring in any players to make up the difference.
Oh, you see what's happening here? Sports radio. This is an
trying.
angle.
I'll try anything. What about girl talk?
I love it.
Do a little Cosmo radio?
Like what's in the fashions? What are they wearing this year? What happened to halter tops?
It's not a bad idea.
There's an angle.
It's a whole segment, at least.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Yeah. What are you wearing right now?
Right.
What's the new color this year? Is it still going to be? Is orange the new black, or is black the new black? What the fuck is
Let's
that?
stay
about?
away from that.
I think black is.
Obviously, it's been a problem. Let's just say orange and black, both equally good.
All good.
Both delightful.
Yes. There's a lot of different colors in the rainbow.
Absolutely. All as good as the next.
Right. There's no bad colors.
No bad colors at all, whether on people or on shirts.
Right.
I wasn't finished with sports talk, though.
Oh, what do you got?
How boring was that fucking soccer game yesterday?
Don't tell Ronnie that.
No, I'm kidding. I really enjoyed it.
No, there's another fucking loser, this Messi guy. That was his time to get over, and he didn't do it.
Who's the guy?
Messi.
Is he the guy that kicked the ball over the net with like a minute left?
Yeah, he was
a choke artist.
Yeah, he's a choke artist. Last two games, he doesn't fucking score at all.
You're a big soccer fan, huh?
No, not at all. I like international.
I always got the feeling you were.
I only pay attention to the international things. I don't follow any of the real club stuff.
No, well,
but like I follow the Olympics. When you have,
right.
I like to see countries playing against each other.
That's very exciting.
Because that's guys from the neighborhood.
Right.
That's why high school football, the guys in our neighborhood play the guys in your neighborhood. But when the 76ers play the Knicks, neither one of them are either fucking place. Who cares?
They don't have any vested interest in the city they're playing for. I mean, temporarily they do, I guess. But
I like to see neighborhood against neighborhood, Jersey against Long Island, Springsteen versus Billy Joel.
There you go.
Throw the shit down. That's always the big fight.
Yeah.
Around here.
It's the Billy Joel versus Springsteen.
Billy Joel versus Springsteen.
Springsteen kicks his ass every time, and I'm from Billy Joel land.
And yet, look who's sold out the Garden once a month.
That's a great gig he's got going on.
It's an unbelievable gig.
Yeah, he's
got
a
smart gig.
Yeah. Well, for home, he's a New York guy. Let's see him do that in L.A. Am I right or wrong, guys?
You know what? This is another thing. Music talk.
Absolutely.
That Eddie Trunk thing of instead of playing music, you talk about music.
Right. Well, I have a name for the new segment, Venue Chatter, because I want to discuss.
Yes.
I want to discuss all the Live Nation venues and who could sell what where and tickets and giveaways. Why not?
And then we go old school. We're about to talk about the Spectrum. Give us a call. 866.
Yeah.
You got to go local.
Yeah, you got to go local.
Those people get excited about that.
Yeah, like,
Nassau Coliseum coming up next.
People would love to sit down where their seats were.
Right.
Who works security.
Right.
This is shit. Now everything's clicking.
Absolutely.
It's moving
Let's talk
along.
free giveaways.
Yeah.
Anyone got a story about how they got down to the front row? Call. We'll put you right through.
What was your favorite free giveaway of all time?
Yeah.
All right, that was a nice segment.
Bobbleheads. Don't forget bobbleheads.
Just do Bobblehead Radio?
Bobblehead Radio.
Bobblehead Bob's giving us a call right now.
Yeah. We do need a new intro for this thing, whatever this show is called. Yeah. So if you want to make an intro, we'll play your intros for this show. Right?
What you think, Annie?
Stacey Keach is done?
Yeah.
He's done, right?
Yeah.
Why is he done? He's Team Anthony?
Yeah, he's staying with Ant. He hashtagged it.
He hashtagged stand with Ant, so we lost Stacey Keach in this?
He unfollowed you.
Yeah.
Really?
And he canceled his sub.
So no more Stacey Keach.
Nope.
That was kind of working for us. That voice was amazing.
He refuses.
Well, can't we just edit it down a little bit? Maybe come up with something tomorrow. It's just a shorter version.
There's other Keach
that
brothers.
was just that was a little.
Are there more Keach?
Yeah, there's a lot of Keaches.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the phones. A lot of people have things to say today. Lamont in New York.
Hey, what's up, Opie? How you doing?
We're all right, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Just all right.
I know, man. Listen, I'm sad. I'm actually a black man, and I'm sad.
Really?
Come on, God made you that way. There's no reason to take such a negative attitude.
Lamont, what are you doing on the phone right now?
Nah, listen, the whole thing, I just think it was a lot of people had it out for Ant, and they saw this as an opportunity to jump on them. Just as you said earlier, those very people that bitched at him on Twitter, they're gone now. They're not even there, and they have nothing to say. It's just the whole thing was blown up, and as I was reading the tweets, I was like, "Ooh, slow down, man, slow down." I mean, it didn't hurt me, but I knew how the people were going to take it and spin it out of control.
Yeah, I said it earlier, but I had a feeling when I read those tweets that we were in deep shit. But the problem is, it's like these shows get fucking taken off their air, or hosts are getting fired when they don't even sit there and think, all right, is this going to actually affect the people that are going to listen to that particular radio show? And I can't imagine, that many people would have canceled their subscriptions because of Ant's tweets.
Exactly. It wouldn't have. And
so you're appeasing all these people that don't even listen to the product or buy the product.
Like, don't they pay a premium for your show in a sense? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to walk through a couple locked doors to even get here.
Yeah.
But
locked doors. It didn't even make the studio. That's what's crazy too. It was on his own
that's the
time.
other thing too. It had nothing to do with that. It was that fucking Twitter.
I said that. No, I guess we're repeating ourselves, but you weren't here.
No.
I really feel like if we had a show the next day, we would have got through this because we would have had the jokes. We would have
a lot of people brought up Patrice.
I believe so as well.
Oh, God.
Patrice would have been like,
are you kidding me?
Go-to guy.
We would have had him in here definitely the next day.
Yeah, I'm sad this happened. I mean, I hope things come back together for you guys. I mean, people are quick to say what it is, and I'm pretty sure I'll catch shit for even backing them up in a sense, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint of the knee-jerk reaction and how this came about.
Lamont, I feel like we're talking to a dead man right now. I just feel like they're going to get you for what you said.
Right.
I'm dead now. I'm in the coffin. Forget about it.
All right, Lamont. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. I love the show, and I'm continuing to listen. So whatever.
I think Ant's punishment should have been that he was only allowed to tweet things in the spirit of diversity. That would have been a fine punishment for Anthony Cumia for his naughtiness.
Yeah.
It could have just been that he has to tweet a certain thing for 90 days of fun-filled, polite tweets.
Do you have an example? Possibly.
He could just tweet
Not to put you on the spot. But
I don't actually, but just tweet some horrendous story like about racial stuff. Like say there's a 5-on-1, 5 black guys beat up a white guy. Maybe Ant is forced to tweet. Who knows what happened leading up to this? Question mark.
Right.
In the spirit of diversity, he has to always play the devil's advocate.
See, the helpful thing here is I do a show with a gay. A gay and I do a show together. And that, I guess that makes me a little more sensitive than you guys. I'm a little more open to things.
Yeah.
My brother was married to an Asian for a while. So that worked out. So that's why I'm a little more...
Did it work out?
No.
I didn't even know you had all these years, I didn't even know you had a brother.
Yeah, of course I do. If any of you guys fuck with me, I'll be over here in 5 minutes still. You want to fuck with Bobby Bennington? Go ahead.
Bobby Bennington?
Me. Yeah.
B-O-B-B-I?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a little girlish. That's not that there's, people can do.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Does Bobby do radio?
No.
What does he do?
Coke.
I don't know.
No, but the matter is this. I'm a little more sensitive to racial issues than you guys are because when you do a show with a gay and you accept a gay as just like I feel about you guys.
Just as a buddy.
Yeah, we're just fellas.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stop looking at the camera, Jimmy.
What?
Ronnie's trying to say something.
I'm listening to everything
When
saying.
you're here.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to say is it doesn't
You're posing,
matter.
though.
Absolutely. No, I'm not.
It doesn't matter what color anyone is, and it doesn't matter what organs they put in their mouths.
That's right. Or asses.
Or asses.
Or asses.
That's
Could
true.
be any hole.
Yeah.
Because
that's
pointing to the camera. Jimmy.
That is true.
He's doing sitcom takes.
Now
he's delivering his line and then doing sitcom faces.
Do me a favor, just for the camera. Say something like, things just couldn't be worse.
Things just couldn't be worse.
Hello. See, I just popped it on the camera.
Let's do stuff where I'm just like, say something I'll bring in for a close-up.
I think what we have to be mindful of here is that there are no winners in this situation.
No, I'm just going to try to do the shot from the end of Wall Street where we get the camera going up.
Right.
Oh,
you got to lift the whole chair, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Hold on, put it back on the Oak Street. The best looking one in the room. There we go.
Oh, well,
that's all right. Hey, can't sue me for slander.
Let's, I don't know. Let's go to Marcos. And
Marcos! It seems like your heart isn't completely into doing this show.
Of course not.
Today.
Of course not. I think we came back too soon.
You know what? That's another thing that I
really thought we came back too soon.
I think you've got to get comfortable with your loss first, still.
Yeah.
I think you have to say to yourself, you had something and then it was taken from you and you feel bad about it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm numb. Devastated. For real.
For real.
This was supposed to be a really good year. Like a really good year. 20 years.
20 years. This should have been it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up hope.
Well,
I'm not.
Of course
well, I do know this. The executives come and go. You know what I mean? Like, look, before, who would have ever said you guys would have ever been back on CBS? That would have been a ridiculous thing to say.
Right.
You went back to CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would have ever worked for Mel Karmazin. Remember when the two companies got put together? Oh, Mel is never going to have those guys back.
Right. And he did.
And he did.
By the way, you broke our audio, everyone's saying. with your dramatic
the
shots.
Oh, okay.
You broke our audio.
Now it's paused.
The important thing is this. We got the close-ups we were looking. We're a couple of days behind on the shoots.
Right.
We're doing rewrites right now, but it's all coming together.
It's all good. Yeah, let's go to the phones and talk to Marcos in Yonkers. Marcos.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just wanted to chime in on this situation. I first think that Sirius overreacted. I mean, they could have suspended Ant, you know? You let this thing mull over a week or two, everything, they would have been talking about something else, whatever is going on online. And also, me personally, I don't blame you guys for staying because I know you're not just thinking of, you think of the bigger picture. You guys have families. You have people you have to take care of. You have E-Rock has a family, Sam, and all those people. So I'm still with you guys. I'm still going to listen. I'm sorry, again.
No, I just want to jump in. I mean, I don't need to work anymore, but I like doing this.
Absolutely. I like doing it too and need to.
Stop playing to the camera.
Sorry.
So I like doing this, but I don't know what this becomes now, and that's what we're going to try to figure out. It's not a guarantee that we all just get back together in a couple months. I feel like Ant's going to do his own thing for a while, and he's kind of excited about that. If I was going to do a podcast with Anthony, it would have to be set up differently. We would have to do it from New York. That's where you would do it, right?
I think you'd want to go out there. I think you want to move your family to his place, and just, you know what I mean.
It works for him.
Literally make it a compound.
It works for him. It's his house. It's his compound. It's his basement. But I don't know. I don't know what would greet us every morning as we open the front door of that place.
That's part of the fun,
right?
That's part of the excitement.
Of course, you could spin that into fun, but
we'd have to walk through people, and Anthony would be in the back in a dark room. It would be like Colonel Kurtz, and they meant to meet Colonel Kurtz.
Right.
All this weird shit written on the walls.
I would assume we would have to step over Big A every
You're
morning.
You're an errand boy.
Yeah.
Who would we step over? Big A would be there.
We'd have to go around Big A. I don't see us stepping over him.
Right, we'd have to go around Big A.
Yeah. And Pat from Moonachie would probably be there.
Hi guys, just here for fun.
Podcast like on my toe. All right, we got it. Could be a podcast. We understand. You're lonely and you're laughing it off. We understand self-hatred, Pat.
But Opie, I would say in a perfect world, at least for us, it would be in the future, hopefully an O&A online network.
Right.
That would be in a perfect world. But I wish you guys the best, and I'll still be here, and so will everyone else.
Yeah, no problem with that, obviously. So, thank you, sir. This guy just wants to say goodbye. We're losing one here. Darren in Arizona. Darren. Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Darren in Arizona.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
What's up, buddy?
Hey, back when you guys got suspended for the 30 days, I hung on to my subscription. This time, I'm going. Ever since Sirius took over, it's just been one thing after another. And Anthony getting fired was just basically the catalyst. I want to wish you guys well. If you guys do I'm not a podcast guy, but if you guys do it, I'm in. But this was it. Sirius sucked. The whole platform sucks. There were a couple of articles over the week that I think explained it pretty well. They've lost it. They've lost what they said they were going to be. The chance to say stuff and do stuff and let you guys do whatever it is you guys do, because you guys have had lightning in the bottle for 20 years.
There were a couple slow years there.
Yeah.
So what?
Some years it was just a low thunder rumble in a bottle.
That was a down decade. So what? Not every decade is going to be great.
Right.
Nah, it was. And the whole reason
2000's not so great. What do you call the 10s, the 2010s, or how do you do that these
I call them
days?
the aughts. I went with the aughts.
Okay.
The aughts is nice.
Yeah, I finally did that. It took me to 2009 before I got comfortable with it.
Right, okay.
What do you call them? The zeros?
The zeros.
Now, what do you call this? Is this the teens?
The teens, the tens.
No one ever says it.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And I remember in the 80s.
But we hit our stride in the tens.
But remember in the 80s, we would say, it's the fucking 80s.
You start with the 20s. You start with the 20s.
Yeah.
You know, this is the teens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, So I'm sorry you're going there, Darren.
Well,
he's had it. He's fucking fed up.
You know.
He's had enough of this shit.
We're working on new segments, though. Jimmy's got plenty of them.
Yeah, exactly. Venue chatter was going to be a good 45 to 50-minute break every day. That's one sports talk.
Look, yeah. Could there just be a segment? Is there a God? Is there a God?
It's going to be a segment.
Yeah.
If
I'm
there was a
ready to
God,
believe.
would this happen? And we just list things that probably shouldn't happen.
Right.
Yeah, that's good for an hour a day.
Cancerous babies. Like, why?
Absolutely.
Why?
And I could be voice of, like, well, hey, why not? And then we can just discuss.
I like that. Or like he works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
All right, Darren. Good luck to you, buddy.
All right, fellas. Good luck. Best of luck.
I got another segment, like imaginary band names, where you guys just sit around
I like that.
and you come up with fucking imaginary band names.
We could also do the porn name thing.
Yeah. By the way, I'm still going with Plastic Turtles if I'm starting a band.
Fuck yeah! Plastic Turtles.
It's a power pop. It's a power pop kind of band. Yeah. It's but there are things that this is working out. I mean, I came in here for one reason only. Well, Ope texted me, but then the second reason was to let you guys know there's still a tomorrow. There's going to be a morning after. You know.
I think we'll be here tomorrow. What are they saying down the hall, Sam?
It's looking like tomorrow's a go.
Holy fuck! I forgot we had the Situations family here today.
Who are they? What do they do?
Roland was panicking so bad when I met with everyone. I said, "Yes, all right, book the Situation in his family."
Well, I did write an email saying, "Are we really taking guests the first day back?" But
what time are you supposed to close it down today?
10
a.m.
We could go a little longer, I guess.
Why?
Because I'm having fun with you.
Yeah, but I'm not going to hang around for the Situation. That seems like that's not the new direction we're heading in, right?
No. Well, that's part of the new segment.
People and their families. Whoever wants to go on the show has to bring their family.
Absolutely.
Let's pull a Ron and just close the shades and make believe we're not here.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
let's go with that angle.
Shut it down. But we've got Ethan Hawke and his family coming in later on in the show today.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. People and their families.
Celebrities and their families.
Yeah.
You got to be a celebrity, but you can bring in your family.
You know what? Here's another idea. You know how like they would always go to celebrities' houses and the celebrity would show you around?
Yeah.
What if you just brought celebrities to your house and showed them around?
Yeah, just like a new thing that we do where we...
Jimmy somehow is cooler.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? Yeah.
What are you doing, Jimmy?
Just talking about celebrities and their families and their segment.
Why are you
Is the
doing
sun
it
in
with
your eyes?
Why are you doing it with sunglasses on and staring right at the camera?
I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just looking around in the studio. It's just a fun vibe.
You're a fucking rebel, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're so fucking edgy right now.
Yeah.
He's pursing those very thin lips of his.
Hey, whoa.
It almost looks like a lip.
It's hereditary.
You just pulled the glasses off.
Yes,
you
I
just
did.
got him serious.
Yes.
I have to pee badly, so I'm gonna...
All right, why don't we...
I don't want to miss the beginning of this crack interview we're about to do. This.
No, we close the curtains. They don't know we're not here, right? Can you do...
Are they doing other shows or just this one?
Could you undo the on-air light?
I can't undo that.
Why? Get Mars in here. Have him do something.
Yeah, did you see while you guys are out on the break, someone tweeted that they fucked with your on-air light?
They did.
They did something funny to it or whatever.
What does that
They
mean?
put a funny name on it. I don't know what it was. Somebody was sending it around. I forgot. So they put Opie in, and I forget what the other name was. Like Opie and Grease Man or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was.
All right, we're going to take more of your phone calls. We're going to blow off the Situation in his family. And we're going to
But what other families are we going to have on?
Well, I think you could do the Bacons.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Yes.
I'd love to have the Kevin Bacon and his family
Bacons
come in.
could come in.
Yeah.
I think the Hanks.
Are you going to have your family in here while you do this?
We could do my family. We could
so
do
if you
Jimmy's family. We could get Bobby Bennington.
We could do this. We go from my family to your family. Welcome
Nice.
every day.
That'd be
the
nice.
catchphrase. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Can we bring in Bobby Bennington?
I would love to bring in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is
if
he
anyone
these days?
if anyone fucks me, he'll be. That was my one thing that I would say to the teenagers.
Right.
That was my big thing, is because I had an older brother. So I'm like, go ahead, fucking smack me. But I'm gonna be back here later with Bobby Bennington. We'll see what the fuck happens then.
Did he ever have to do anything?
Yeah.
Did he ever have to jump into action?
Yeah, when Hedda Holloway threw fucking darts in my leg.
Really?
My brother and sister were there to hold that fucker down and give him a pounding.
The sister got involved?
Yeah, I had a big sister who'll fucking smack you too.
That's the Philly way.
Yeah.
Girls down in Philly know how to scrap. It's the scariest thing ever. I've never seen a city where more women scrap than
they'll
Philly.
come climbing out of the fucking window. They hear some shit on the street. They'll come fucking just sliding down a rain spout to be after you.
Oh, fuck. You don't want to fuck with anyone's sister.
Yeah. But we shouldn't talk about guys getting hit by women.
Oh, good point.
From our family to yours.
Relax. The Opie and
Rolling.
Show will be right back on Sirius XM. Clean the bowl with your sock. Opie and E-Rock. Come back.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angel. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my...
All right. Got Ron Bennington in studio. Bobby Bennington's on his way, which is good. Well, not good news if he's on the way, right?
If he's on the way, it means we got
we got a problem.
Throw some shit down.
He never just came by to say hi. He always came by to...
No, he came by to rescue.
And crack some skulls.
Don't you have that reputation with your brothers? Weren't you there for your brothers?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Not like you, though.
It's great to have an older brother.
I wish I had an older brother. I had an older sister.
Was she there for you?
She tried to be.
Good.
She didn't know how to ride a bike, though.
Look at Brother Joe is there for Anthony.
Oh,
right
boy,
now.
is he. Good for him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's been there for me, My older sister just didn't know how to ride a bike. She panicked as I was on the back.
And what'd she do?
She fucking started losing her fucking mind, and I fell off the back. She couldn't handle a hill.
Okay, here's another thing.
She couldn't handle a hill.
There's another angle. Childhood memories. Repressed childhood memories.
Yeah.
I like that. But you made that from a fun segment to a rather ugly segment in one word.
Yeah.
That was good. I just had a really bad, scrape on my knee, but I went flying as a little kid. She couldn't handle the little hill that we were going down.
You learned a few things, and that's great.
Yeah, we sure did.
Were you guys riding around the new development, or were you in the old development?
No, Long Island was all new developments.
All new developments.
But no, it was the Penny Saver route with her. Our parents would just drop us off 10 miles from home to do a Penny Saver route because we couldn't find one closer to home. And then we had to ride the bike back home. And I was just a little kid. I'm like, looking back now that I'm a father, I'm like, why would you allow this?
All of our parents would have been arrested.
Exactly.
All of our parents were like way to see ya. Yeah. Have a good day. Take it easy.
And then she can't handle the hill, so she goes wobbly with the handlebars. I go flying. Horrible, like scrape / gash on my knee. So then, this is normal, right? We just start knocking on doors for medical attention.
Could you help us?
Right. Yeah. Could you imagine
Could you
doing
rape
that
us?
today?
Excuse me, we're not from this neighborhood. Could you rape us?
Right.
They don't. No kid is out of their parents' sight. But our parents didn't even know that was a thing that they should have worried about.
I think my sister was maybe 14, maybe 15, and she's got 6 on me, so I'm about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
8 or 9, and we're knocking on strangers' doors.
And let's face it, a really cute 8 or 9.
Yeah.
A rapeable 8 or 9.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she was tops 4'10" at the time. Like, what are we doing? We just lucked out. We found some nice people, but it could have went the other way very easily.
He knocked on the Manson family's door.
Right.
Hey, come on in. We'd like to fucking keep your kids.
Christ, unbelievable.
This is great. Now, do you you're never in a situation with your kids where they're out of your sight, where you would just say go off and play, go out and do stuff?
No, but I think it's safer out there, don't you?
Now.
I think the perception is that it's not safer.
Yeah, I think
it's actually safer, but no one is going to take that chance.
I remember when I used to walk home from first grade in my thing, and there was a crazy hill. There was no sidewalks, and I had like about a half a mile, whatever. Me and my friends would walk. And the first day I'm coming home from first grade, my mom was standing like on the corner waiting as I come up, and I'm like, why are you fucking humiliating me?
Right.
Why would you?
Right.
You're treating me like I'm a baby.
Right.
I don't want anybody to think I have parents. I want them to think like I'm just a guy on the street, and then I go back to a bachelor plat.
Sure.
Do not show up. But now, like high school kids, their parents sit up front and wait for them. Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know.
I thought the
can't-
whole thought of having parents was like the most humiliating thing you could have
Right.
happen to you when you were a kid.
Did you ever go to the mall with your parents?
No, I would refuse. I go ahead into the mall. I'm going to stay here in the car and smoke because I don't want anybody to see.
And you were
that I
8.
have-
You were 8 at
I
the
don't-
time.
Yeah, I'm going to just smoke my dad's Paul Malls that he has stuffed in the
He's
ashtray.
got a few puffs left in those
Yeah.
cigarettes in the ashtray.
I loved having a cigarette when I was a kid with my friends. If any of us could steal a cigarette, we would all fucking go off together and then pass that around like it was a joint.
Yeah.
We just like 4 of us would stand in a circle.
Fuck, yeah.
You would just pass that thing around. You're like, you would all lie to each other like, this is really good.
And it was always you found it laying around. You never had that. Did you actually go and buy the packs, or it was always
There was a thing
you would always
where-
find just a cigarette laying around, and then you thought you were the coolest kid around.
But there would also be a thing where my dad would send me to the store to get him cigarettes to the,
Okay.
like, the corner store. And then one time I go up and me and my friends had put together some money and we were buying Marlboros. And I said, a pack of Marlboros. And he goes, who are these for? And I go, they're for my dad. He goes, your dad smokes Pall Malls. And I just ran out of the store. I just turned around and just started running, even though that was the neighbor's store.
Right.
And I would be back there the next day. That started my real fight, fight or flight. Just get out of what's ever happened.
Pretend it didn't happen, yeah.
Yes, just run, take off, have nothing to do with the troubles that were going on.
Right.
Those first cigarettes were great, though. I remember when passing them around. Like, they
you
were
get
really.
high.
You bum your first cigarette. Oh, they
Yeah.
tasted great.
And then you'd get that little buzz, that little nicotine buzz. You were always going
Right.
to know who were going to be the guys.
So yeah, I was pretty much more of a nerd through school. So you were probably on the back of the bus smoking, right?
Yeah, I would be.
The smell of cigarettes, like when the bus would pull out, everyone would wait. And then maybe, a half mile away, you would smell that smoke coming up toward the front seat where I might have been.
You really didn't,
Nah,
you were
not
like
really.
the nerd boy?
Yeah, pretty much. Really good at school and all that shit. Behaved.
I never picture you that way.
I know. Well, then, because I was brought up with a strict mom, so then when I went to college, then it all turned.
So you
I was
weren't
too
like-
scared to disobey.
You weren't the party guy around high school?
Hell no, not even close. Not even close. Could barely handle my beers. That type of, that kid. I was that guy. A few beers in the woods with the guys. No pot, none of that.
Not until
barely
college.
a cigarette. Yeah.
Wow.
Little cigarettes, maybe a little bit. That was it.
I mean, you didn't drink and then pull out a box cutter, cry.
No. But I mean, because my mom was so strict, then when I finally went to Geneseo as an 18-year-old, then all hell broke loose. Because I was like, holy fuck, freedom. Because then I didn't have a taste of that. So then it went to like drinking 6-7 days a week, smoking pot, doing the coke, everything. Just everything was in play.
Yeah.
And the year prior, I was just like, just a good, solid kid that didn't do anything wrong.
That tried.
I didn't try anything. Nothing until college.
See, I was done with it by college.
See that thing on TV? It never happened.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Oh, okay.
We would never
good.
report that thing right there.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
Because it's negative, you mean?
It's negative.
That's right. No more negativity. I think that's the important thing.
Yeah.
5 people hugged outside of a bar.
Right.
Suspect congratulated.
Thanks to youths.
Yeah.
Youths.
We're wrapping up for today because, I don't know, it just fucking feels weird. There's one call I do want to take, and we'll take more of your phone calls tomorrow if we're here. I swear to God, there's a day-to-day thing. I have no idea, no clue how this is going to work out. Trip in Georgia, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry about everything that happened. I mean, I've been listening since 2004 or 2005 when I was in Iraq, and really liked you guys and fell in love. So, real sorry, and hope everything works out.
Thank you.
But,
Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
That was wonderful.
I just want to know, Opie, you mentioned something earlier about the door being cracked still.
Right.
And was that in regards to possibly during contract negotiations in October? Can you talk about it? Or?
Well, I mean, when I talked to Scott Greenstein, he gave me I don't want to oversell this, a very, very weak, you never know.
Yeah. Right.
It was a very weak one, though. I'm not going to overplay that.
Has your agent Bob found out about this at all? Does he?
I think he found out today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
he just texted me, did you hear about Anthony? And I was like, Bob, you're supposed to be on top of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's your agent, too, isn't he?
Is he? I see him once a year like an uncle when it's contract time. Contract time and birthday time. Hey, you got a big day coming up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's the worst gift every year, too. The money gets less and less.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So that's what I meant by that trip. I mean, and the other side of that, I don't even know if Ann would ever want to come back here anyway. So, but it's a complicated situation with as we sit here today, no easy fix. It's a lot of moving parts, as they like to say. So, all right, Trip. Thank you.
All right, thanks, y'all. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we probably forgot some things. If we did, we'll add that to the
We'll cover it tomorrow.
What do you got going on, Jimmy?
Just gigs. I mean, Montreal, Jesus Theater, whatever it is, Cobb's in August, and Dallas in August, and my Vice show is now premiering the 29th of July, and that's pretty concrete. I know I keep saying it and pushing it back. People think I'm lying about it, but it really is.
That's exciting.
I heard that absolutely killed, too. I heard that from a bunch of people.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was happy.
From people that were there and people that were in it that said it just murdered.
Yeah, I was very, very happy with how it came out. I'm sure there'll be some criticism, but it's a work in progress.
So how can we see that? It's going to be on Vice?
Vice.com, yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't wait for that. And see, this is what I'm saying. Look at Jimmy. He's constantly changing things. All the time, he put it in his Vice show. Then he's doing a Vice show. Anything that rhymes with ice, Jimmy wants.
Absolutely. That's
he
right.
wants to do it.
I'm doing a show about crabs and lice.
He's got a nice show.
Yeah, beans and rice.
Spice show. Doesn't matter.
Boy, we really ran out of ice things fast, didn't we?
Yeah, I know.
Mice.
But I'm saying, Opie, there
Did you go lice?
I know that doesn't feel it right now, but there could be a future for you.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be an Opie future.
Well, that would be nice. I was supposed to be on Jimmy's Vice show.
Yeah.
But I had a bad back the day he needed me.
Yeah, we were filming.
Who'd you replace him
I
with?
literally couldn't walk.
We didn't shoot the segment.
Oh, really?
We shot a different
They're
segment.
waiting
instead.
for me. Right?
Yeah. We shot a different segment.
See, that's nice. Got that going on.
So you got the Vice angle.
Yeah.
Who's all
Vice
on your
people
first
like
show?
me?
Mike Tyson and Dana White was the first one.
Not bad, right?
It's a great show.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Not bad, huh?
From a live audience, and it was very fun.
Well, I mean, Ronnie says we need a plan. My first idea, official idea, is to get Ron back on the channel. I think that would be a really smart move, and I think they should just simulcast you to both channels.
Well,
that'd be a win-win for everything, because you got your own issues with going over to Raw Dog anyway.
Well, our issues are they never fix the on-demand, doesn't work properly, blah, blah, blah. Of course, Tim left, so, who's doing what?
Tim left?
Yeah, Tim's gone. He's out with Bob. Tim and Bob are out hunting somewhere.
I'll tell you where they are. They're in Long Island drinking at Anthony's.
Right, probably. All right.
Is there anything to keep you guys from ever going over and doing Ant show? Is there?
No.
Anyone said not to do that?
No, I'd say one thing, and it's hard to find favorable things to say when you're in a manic depression, as I am about this. They did not say, and I think we said this earlier, no one told me, don't say this, don't cover it like that, don't take this call like that's. They didn't say don't talk about it, or they didn't try the terrestrial radio shit with this.
Right.
So that's one thing I'm happy
I didn't even
about.
allow them to do that. I said, look, this is how it's going down, and if you're okay with it, then boom. Then me and Jimmy will go back and do some radio.
Oh, see, that's different. I made a phone call and I said, look, whatever you need from me, I'm here for you guys. If you want me to phrase it, I'll phrase it. I'll say it.
All right.
And the situation, I guess his family, Sam, you're going to interview them?
If you want.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It just felt. It's not that we don't talk to him. It just felt odd, right?
It doesn't seem right to do that today.
The first day, Anthony's out, and then we just.
But you'll do anything, so it's perfect for you.
Yeah. You don't care about Ant, but I mean, we do.
Sam will do anything. It's perfect.
Do you want me to do it live or tape it?
You can do it live. I don't care. Anything goes. Who gives a fuck?
What's the difference to you, Sam? What?
No, I'm just asking so I know.
We're not really even trying to.
You got that? They got that Friday show that is getting a lot of buzz right now.
Yeah, it is.
Why wouldn't you want the Situation His Family on there?
I would love them on the Friday show.
Yeah.
Well, you could just take what happens here and put it on the Friday show.
That's true, too.
What Happens Here could be the name of your new show, too.
What Happens Here?
Mm-hmm.
Watch What Happens Here.
Yeah.
Can we play something so we can get out of the studio, sneak out so they don't see us?
Yeah.
Like the Situations theme. What's the theme to his show? Here's the situation and his family.
That's it.
And is this about the hijinks that they get into?
Yeah, it's on the TV Guide channel.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
TV Guide channel.
Yeah, that's right.
And his brother's named the man.
Well, the man.
Is he here too?
The man is here.
Oh, I kind of wanted to meet him.
The man has 10 cars.
No,
I haven't seen-
9.
Oh, 9. He can't afford the 10th yet. And his license plate is the man 1 through 9.
What happened?
Why wouldn't you want to talk to this guy? This is amazing stuff.
What happened to Sammy and Ronnie? Did they get together? Is that happening?
Yeah, no, not a lot of people are talking about Sammy and Ronnie anymore, unfortunately.
What about Snooki and the DJ?
No, Snooki is she's married now, and Snooki and JWoww have their own little reality career.
And how's the DJ doing?
I think he's
Paulie.
still DJing.
Yeah,
DJ Paulie D.
Yeah.
We like
All right,
Vinny,
so-
though. Vinny's doing his show from his mom's, right? Or did that get canceled?
I'm not sure. It might have gotten a second season.
Was that on Esquire TV or where's that at?
That's
now?
MTV still.
Okay, MTV2.
Esquire TV. Jesus.
MTV2 or 1?
I think the first.
Oh, all right. That's not bad.
Hey, the Jim Florentine Unmasked. I want to plug that.
Oh, when is that?
I heard it went great, Ron.
This week. It was unbelievable. Florentine is so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
And he tells a bunch of, young Jim and Jimmy stories together when you guys, and it was just, he had us all in stitches for an hour.
Oh, yeah, he's the greatest, man. I love
He was a great
Florentine.
storyteller.
So maybe we grab that Unmasked and we put it on this channel.
So boom, say things are
Another
happening.
idea.
Yeah,
Another
idea. The Unmasked archives.
Unmasked reboot, we'll call it.
Yeah, Unmasked Reboot 2.0.
God, what a mess.
Things are happening.
Ron, I want to thank you for coming in. We needed you today.
Good.
You never disappoint.
It was
sir.
good. I thought you did a great job.
You turn off the fucking
He's got
live
his
event.
sunglasses
But
on.
the cameras.
Sam, turn off the live event now.
The live
please.
event's good. What are you
Sam,
talking about? The people
Sam,
loving it.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam's busy. He's talking to me right
Turn off the live event.
Yeah.
He's just.
Right now?
Yes.
Why?
Because Jimmy's.
The fans are checking it out.
Just turn it off. Just turn off the live event.
Whoa.
Thank you. It's over. All right.
I miss it now. It's gone now.
We'll be here tomorrow and figure out tomorrow.
All
Sam's going to continue with the situation in his family for a few minutes, right?
Yeah, we're going to play a little song.
Okay.
In the meantime.
What's
taps?
I wish I knew.
We'll do some Ramones.
Yeah.
For Tommy Ramone.
Ramones are unbelievable.
Well, they were.
For Tommy, yeah. Last Ramone. Is there another dead band like that? Is there another band?
No, there's a few bands.
Everybody is dead?
Molly Hatchet's close.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think Molly Hatchet's
Because
close.
even like Elvis's band, there's still guys that are.
Yeah, they still got a few of those guys babbling about nothing on the Elvis channel. All right, guys, thanks for listening to us today. And I mean listening to us today. So we'll see you maybe tomorrow.